Menace and the Man Show, episode 21.
Yep.
What's going on today, Dennis?
Nothing, man. We just got back from getting some suits. We got fitted for some suits.
Yes, our friends Reno and Gio over at SRG Fashions in Queens. Our friend Joe Romeo hooked us up with some suits.
Yep.
Frank Giaramita over at Home Interiors by Anthony Giaramita.
Yeah. It's crazy how much better I look than you.
I'm out of shape
see.
right now, so.
Right. Yeah, it was a good time.
Real good time.
Had some subs.
Me and you had some subs. Didn't seem like anyone else was eating.
A couple of Heinies.
Couple of Heinekens. We're drinking too much, I think. We're definitely drinking too much.
Yeah, I decided I was hitting the urination station prior to coming in the studio, and I said to myself, it says, "Hey Dennis, not next week. Once the Menace Cave is complete, I'm firing it up. Fucking start
Your physical fitness.
Yeah, I'm gonna start running again. I'm gonna fucking put myself through a little training camp, but be consistent with it, but not totally kill myself. You know, some days I'll probably push it. Days I feel like poop.
Yeah.
I'll take it nice and easy, but just keep the body moving. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not like you're out of shape.
Yeah.
You just haven't trained really since the fight, right?
Yeah, I mean, I went for a few runs. I lifted. I haven't grappled or anything like that. I want to maybe get the gi on. So if there's any gi companies that want to hook the Menace right on up with a gi.
You mentioned this to me the other day. You wanted the Menace and the Man to start taking over Long Island MMA's gi class.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Let's chase black belts together.
Let's chase some black belts.
Yeah.
How long do you think it would take me and you?
I mean, it's definitely going to take me less time than you, I think.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, I've been training jiu-jitsu a long time.
Yeah, but I'm a superior athlete.
Maybe.
No, it's a fact.
Why do you say this?
Because I am a professional athlete. That's why I say this. So that makes me a superior athlete. You're 0-1 in an amateur fight.
Hold on. We got Liz Carmouche calling. We don't want to hear your shit anymore.
You don't want to hear the truth.
Hello. Liz.
Liz.
Oh, now we can hear you. You were a little bit low on the headset there. Welcome to Menace and the Man, Liz Carmouche.
How you doing?
Good. Stan the Man here. Dennis the Menace Bermudez.
What's up, girl?
How's it going?
It's going pretty good, you know.
Have you two ever met before?
We actually fought in the same card.
Yes, I remember.
I don't know if we've actually touched hands, though.
Yeah.
No. Fought in the same car, but I don't think we've actually met face to face.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen you in passing.
Yeah.
You know, at the UFC summit, and obviously during fight week of what was that? UFC 157.
Yes.
The first ever women's fight in UFC history.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a trendsetter, trailblazer, Liz Carmouche.
Yeah.
As well as, weren't you the first openly gay athlete to compete in the UFC as well?
Yes, it's kind of crazy. I've been making little history markers, like the first fight for MMA and MSG for the UFC, first fight ever in Prague. Yeah, constantly doing little history things.
Yeah, I like that.
Hey, you're making history every which way. We like that here at Menace and the Man. So what's going on with you now? You're just training and living in California, right?
Exactly, yeah. I compete in Quintet April 7th in Japan. So that's my focal point right now until I get word of a new fight.
Oh, so you're just waiting for word from the UFC at the moment.
Yes.
And what do you know who you're facing in Quintet?
It's a team tournament, so we're facing two other teams, potentially anyone that's under 165 pounds, so that could be anybody. It's kind of a elimination tournament, so if your partner gets tapped out, they tap somebody out, you go in and you can compete against as many people as they line up.
Got you. So this is a grappling match.
Yes.
Gi or no gi?
Correct. No gi.
No gi. You have your own gym, correct?
Yes, that's correct. There's 4 in San Diego.
You have 4 gyms?
Yes.
Wow. That's what's up.
And they're all yours?
Mine and my business partner.
Oh, what's the name of your gym? Give them a little plug.
10th Planet San Diego, Poway, Spring Valley, and Oceanside.
Oh, so you opened up a bunch of 10th Planet affiliates.
Yes.
There you go. And now, what rank are you? Are you under Eddie Bravo? Like, do you go to him for like your belt promotions and whatnot?
No, actually, I'm fortunate to train with Richie Martinez and Giovanni Martinez, and so I'm actually promoted under the two of them to black belt.
Yeah, yeah. And those are some of his top students, Gio Martinez, and he has a lot of really good guys.
He does.
And a ridiculous amount of schools.
Yeah. I think the most jiu-jitsu schools in the world is held by Eddie Bravo.
Now, when I think of Liz Carmouche, I think jacked.
Jack.
Like, do you? I just ate a donut on the way here, and I feel a little bit bad about myself. Do you ever eat it? Like, would you ever consider eating a donut, or are you always eating clean, or what does Liz Carmouche do to stay just chiseled?
So I would absolutely eat a donut, and if we're talking specifically, it would be one of three: a maple bacon, glazed, or creme brulee.
All right, so I was in 7-Eleven, and I saw this donut earlier, and I said, you know what, I'm on the hog right now. I can't, carry a donut and drive a motorcycle at the same time. So, and then we went to 7-Eleven again before the show, and I was like, if that thing's in there, I'm scarfing that sucker down. And it was...
Yeah, it's calling you.
It was meant to be, obviously. It was a glazed donut, right? But it had frosting on top, and it had like a little Easter action going on, like swirls, like those light colors.
All right.
And it was cream filled.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Delicious.
Yeah, so you had to go for that one.
Yeah.
No choice.
Oh, sorry. You had one more.
No, you're fine.
You had one more donut, no?
Well, I had the 3 donuts. But yeah, as far as like diet-wise, I usually maintain my diet pretty much year-round. What I do is I give myself anywhere from a week to 2 after my fight to gorge and be absolutely disgusting. Okay. And what that consists of is no self-restraint whatsoever. Even if I was capable of having some type of self-restraint, if there's a bag of chips, I'm like, hey, I really don't like these chips, guys. Can you please take them? I'm like, yeah, you got it, Liz. I'm like, hey, guys, please take these bag of chips. Like, stop eating it. I'm trying to stop eating it, but I have this issue with hand to mouth. My hand just keeps going to my mouth, and if food catches it, it just goes.
Yeah.
So I give myself the 2 weeks just because I do stay so strict within fight camp. And what it really consists of is I have a 3-month fight camp. The first 2 months, I only get 1 cheat meal a week. And I usually do that as a Saturday date night with my wife.
Okay.
And then the month out from the fight, there are absolutely no cheat meals. I eat every 2 hours and really, really strict on my diet.
Now, how is your wife's diet? Now, is she right beside you, crushing it, or is she like, well, I don't have to fucking fight like you do and make weight. I'm going to eat whatever the fuck I want.
Not quite. Unfortunately, I'm a bit of a foodie, so what brings me happiness is if I can watch other people eat. So I usually do is be like, hey guys, I'm really craving pepperoni pizza. Can you eat it for me? And I'll order the pizza for them and make them eat it and watch them eat it and smell it.
Wow.
So my wife ends up getting sucked into that, and she absolutely hates me for it. She's like, look, babe, I need to get back on my diet, because she's also an athlete. She's a fighter too.
Right.
She's been injured this past year, so she hasn't competed or really trained, which really makes it worse. So I'm like, hey, you know what? You know what's really good is I'll make your favorite cookies for you, and then I'll cook you this fabulous meal. Pasta you say you want? I got you. And of course, the next day she's like, I hate you. Why did you do that to me again? I need to stop listening to it. But in the moment, she falls for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she tries to stay on diet. I usually make her deviate.
All right, so you guys are, misery loves company. You guys do it together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I remember when I was in high school and I'd be wrestling and I'd be cutting weight. I actually used to watch the Food Network.
Yeah.
Yes.
Instead of eating.
Yeah, that's my go-to. Netflix, every food channel. I was never on Pinterest. I have a whole account on Pinterest strictly consisting of food that I think I want to eat after my fight. And so that's all I do is I just sit on Pinterest and pin food while watching Food Network or whatever it is. And what I'll usually do is watch that on my spin bike to just, make it that much worse on yourself. That's more of a poorly experience.
Right. Yeah, because I know I will, when I'd be getting ready for a fight, I would, I would see like recipes to make something like absolutely delicious and probably disgusting, But after the fight, I'm like, I'm not fucking making that. But in the time, I'm like, I will prep this all day and I will make this bomb meal. But after the fight, I'm like, nah, I'm just going to order in.
And yeah, that's what it always is. Like, what I used to do is I used to stock up. I bring 2 suitcases to my fights, and I have 1 suitcase for the actual stuff that I need, and then 1 suitcase dedicated strictly to junk food that I thought I wanted to eat after the fight.
Yeah.
And of course, the moment that I would weigh in and rehydrate, I was like, I don't want any of this junk food. Why did I do this to myself again? But at that point, I'd already invested, so I'm sitting there on my bed, unbraiding my hair, telling myself pathetic, eating the junk food, like I shouldn't be eating this. I don't want this, but I paid for it, and I don't want to waste my money.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's one thing. Like when I go out to eat, that I do one of two things. I either eat, like I already put it in my head, I'm only eating half this meal. I'm gonna get the other half to go, or like sometimes you eat 3/4 of the meal. Like I'm kind of full, but this other quarter of the meal is not enough to take home and make into another meal. And I don't want it to go to waste. I already paid for it. I'm going to just stuff this in.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I'm totally guilty of that. Like, we'll be at dinner, and she's like, you said you're full. You need to cut off. I'm like, you're right. All right. Absolutely. I'm not going to take these 2 more bites and just overeat and feel sick. I mean, I'm doing this, okay? I am doing this again.
Yeah. What weight class does she fight at?
She
and
fights
what's her name? Let's give her some props here.
Braylon Chapman, and she fights at 125 as well.
Okay.
How'd you guys meet?
So it makes, in the gym, punching each other in the face. Actually,
hang on, let me rephrase that. So, how'd you guys meet?
Well, it was super romantic. She came into my pro practice, and I proceeded to punch her ear until she had cauliflower ear.
Now, when she first walked in, you're like, zang, or was it like, man, you guys got to moving around, and you guys spoke, and you're like, man, I really like what you're saying right now.
If I'm being honest, I'm kind of a schmuck in the gym.
Okay.
So
totally focused, right?
Totally focused, yeah. So she came in, and all I see is I'm like, all right, this girl looks like she's strong, and I don't recognize her. A new pro, like, all right, well, nobody comes. This is my house. Nobody comes to my house and bests the other athletes in here. So if they're going with other girls, and I see them beating up the other girls, well, I'm gonna put them down a little bit and make sure, like, this is our house.
Yeah.
Be respectful.
Right.
And so that was kind of the case. What I didn't know is that she didn't have very much MMA experience. She had wrestled in high school and she had played sports, but as far as MMA, she kind of got tricked into coming into pro practice, but there was no heads up. So I'm like, yeah, she's attractive, but hey, you know what? Let's keep this professional. And all I know is this girl winging punches as hard as she possibly can. I'm like, holy crap. She's trying to we're not fighting right now, but all right, well, I'm sorry I have to do this to you.
Yeah.
And then afterwards talking to her, and I was like, oh my God, she has never really sparred, and certainly not at the amateur pro level. And then I felt horrible and realized how sweet she actually is, and that what she was doing was trying to fight for her life because she was scared to death. I was like, oh God, what did I do?
Now did she ask you out or you asked her out?
See, I'm a chicken shit, so she asked me out.
Really? I can't see. Weren't you were a Marine as well, right?
Yes, and honestly, even most teammates too had always thought that, like, yeah, you're probably like a player and you sweet talk with them. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm a chicken shit. So I'm afraid to approach anybody.
Professional fighter, Marine, but you can't ask a chick out. You don't got the stones to ask a chick out.
I don't know.
Yeah, she doesn't have the stones.
You know what I mean? The courage.
Now, if I say anything that's offensive, be like, Dennis, you're a dickhead. Just putting that out there. But like, can I gaydar is a real thing, right?
You know what? I don't want to say that it is, but 100% it is, and I do not have gaydar.
That was my next question. Was how do you know? I would like to think, and the thing is, what's crazy is I will see someone who I think is gay, and I have to like ask my another girl or someone who I think has good gaydar, like, is that person gay? Like, I don't know. It's like a bad thing, but I just want to know if I'm right or wrong. I don't know. Is that crazy or?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? Especially before I was married, it was exactly that. Like, I'd have my coach would have to be my wingman. I'd be like, hey, is she gay? And he's like, no. I'm like, then why did she touch my arm? And why is she being so nice? He's like, Liz, she's just being polite. I'm like, it's so confusing. It's sending mixed messages. Don't touch me. Just keep it like super platonic, and that sends no mixed messages. Or if a girl's like, hey, can I get your number? I'm like, hey, this is happening. He's like, no, I think she just wants to train with you. I'm like, why? Why is it happening to me? So no, I have no gaydar. I think what I actually have is like on the cusp gaydar. So in other words, the people that are straight, not quite sure if they're gay, I'm really good at spotting them.
Yeah.
But full-fledged gay, I think that's also one of the reasons I don't approach women, because I'm like, wow, she's really attractive. Yeah. She must be straight. So let me not go embarrass myself or alienate her in any way. So I would never approach women, because for the most part, it seemed like the women that I was really attracted to were predominantly straight.
Yeah. Because I wrestled my whole life, so I'm like a quarter gay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit more than a quarter, but
Yeah,
okay,
you're right. Maybe I'd probably say a third, maybe half. You know,
I would say it's fair to say a third to half.
because
Yeah.
the thing is I've been holding men down against their will.
Aggressively. Majority of
You
it.
know, in tights or no shirt on, sweating, and holding them on their back. That's the goal
Yeah.
for a very long
Right.
time.
And like
I'm really good at it.
and they have that thing in wrestling, like let's all shower together.
Well-
And then there's always the jock, like the head jock, who walks around and like makes sure everyone's cleaning themselves properly.
What?
I'm saying you might have been that guy in your wrestling room, the team captain type guy.
No, I was like the jerk.
What he's also saying is, while you may only be a third gay, he's about a little bit more than half there.
Yeah, possibly.
I would like pour shampoo in a guy's head, like when his back to me, and then I'd pee on his leg.
Yeah,
So he couldn't. Is that weird?
very weird. You're urinating on another man.
Yeah.
So now
It's
we're
a
going.
form
You
of-
know what?
It's a form of
I was in
domination.
the Marine Corps, so I can't even be like, oh yeah, it's weird. I'm like, that just sounds like a normal,
I've seen it.
normal thing, right? Whatever. You guys
I
don't do
miss-
that. That's not normal.
And then on top of that, I missed those days.
How long were you in the Marines for?
5 years, 4 months.
Oh yeah, so you've seen everything, and you were stationed overseas as well, right?
Yeah, I did 3 tours to Iraq.
Oh, so yeah, you've seen the world.
I've been over there a couple. Or I went over there for like a tour for for the troops to show seminars and such. Different.
Have you gone back since you got out, or?
No, we've talked about possibly heading over to do exactly what you were just saying, is doing a tour for the troops, kind of showing some things, talking with them, especially because I realize how important that is for morale out there.
Mm-hmm.
I myself never got to experience it. Just with the workload that we had, we were never able to step away. But the Marines did get actually to participate in that, came back, and that was such a life changer for them. I mean, they would go for, they're kind of missing their family, they're a little bit depressed, and then the next month they're just riding cloud nine because they got to meet Randy Couture and got to hear about him, get autographs, or all the people that came through. It just made a huge difference for them. So it's something I'm trying to set up. Just right now with actively fighting, it seems like when I start to say yes to something like that, I get booked for a fight, and I hate being that person that has to drop out of that stuff.
Yeah.
What's the tier above? Like, what's the special ops of the Marines? Is that the
Raiders.
The Raiders? Did you ever think about trying to go that avenue or no?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. All I wanted to do is special forces of some sort. When I was in, though, women were completely limited. It was during Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and it was before they allowed women to actually try and qualify for combat sports. Yeah. So at that point, the closest that we could get would be doing something like I did, which is the Lioness program that I volunteered for. Whereas most everybody else, you get opportunities and you certainly are in combat, but not in the way that most people think about it.
Right. Because I know, like, in high school, even through college, and I would see these military movies, the special forces, and I'm like, man, I would like to go in there, just do the Navy SEALs training or whatever, complete it, and be like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to go back to civilian life, but it's not an option.
Yeah.
You got to sign your life over for, however long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in it for life. Well, some people are in it for life. Now, did you ever have like the itch to re-enlist or anything like that?
Big time. When they removed Don't Ask, Don't Tell, that wasn't really what the thing that was that appealing for me. When I heard that they'd opened up all the combat sport or all the combat MOSs, all the job fields was an opportunity for everybody. That's when I was like, oh man, I want to go back in. I miss it because for me, I went in and I was an electrician on helicopters, and it was in no way what I wanted. You hear people all the time with their recruiters where the recruiter's like, hey, don't worry, you're not going to do this, and they trick them into it. And when I told my recruiters, like, hey, whatever job I do, I want to be the closest to combat. I want to never be home. I want a job that by doing my job, I'm getting a workout, and whatever it is, just nothing with electricity.
Yeah, it's probably been a while since
5 years.
Sorry.
So 5 years later, I'm like, I'm still an electrician. No, so I wanted to go back in, but unfortunately, the tattoos that I have, the Marine Corps changed their tattoo policy and said I couldn't go back in because of my tattoos.
What are the chances they changed it because of you? Any chance or no?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, they probably did.
And especially
Carmouche
if they allowed me to go back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they can change the tattoo policy as well, then I'm down. I'd go back in.
Now, I'm looking at your Wikipedia. Now, Wikipedia obviously never 100% accurate, but it says you grew up in Okinawa. What, were you, an Army brat or something?
No, my stepfather taught at the colleges on the bases. And then
Oh.
my mom was a photographer in Japan.
Ah, so that's how long were you in Japan for?
17 years.
Oh, so most of your life. So you speak Japanese.
Super rusty. I'm definitely one of those people where if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
And I haven't been home since 2006.
So now how did Liz Carmouche get into MMA? Is that where it started when you were living in Japan with martial arts, or it didn't start till you got back to the States?
No, sadly, I was one of those kids that, I think that most kids too, when they have something that's available to them, just like when you live by the ocean, most of the people who live by the ocean don't actually go to the ocean. It's the people that visit. You don't really take advantage of the things that you have right there. It was the same thing. I grew up in Japan, and I did very minimal karate, like maybe a few months, a month at that. So I didn't take advantage of it. And I didn't even know about MMA until the Marine Corps. And I was just that Marine that was constantly striving to be the best version of myself. So I made sure that every day I went and I ran and I lifted, and I was just trying to be the best Marine I could and always maintain the highest PFT that they had, the physical performance test that they could do for the Marine Corps. I was always trying to be the top tier of that. And a few people I worked with were like, look, you're looking for something different. You're bored lifting and running. Why don't you check out MMA? I feel like it's up your alley. And I watched a fight, and I could not believe that that's what they wanted me to participate in. I don't even recall the fight, but one of the fights, the guy got cut on the head and was just gushing blood everywhere, all over the mats. It was a large gash, and every round, it was the opening round, and every round after that, it just kept getting worse with blood everywhere. I'm like, this is a sport? This isn't a sport? Are you guys kidding me? These are street fighters doing this for entertainment. What's wrong with you people? I don't condone this or anything to do with this. I would never, this isn't a sport. This is street fighting. I don't want this. So I was definitely opposed to it. And but people kept recommending it, and some of the people that recommended it I really looked up to as mentors in the Marine Corps, and they exemplified not only physically but just in their demeanor and how they carry themselves, everything that I strived to be as a Marine. So I'm like, okay, there's got to be more to this, because these guys are very intelligent and they wouldn't suggest this if there wasn't something here. So I started looking into it more, read the BJ Penn book, loved the workouts and the diet and everything, tried to do the moves, half-heartedly failed. It was horrible. But that's what really got me into it, was just trying to be in Iraq and do different workouts. And when I got back from Iraq, in Iraq, I started actually watching MMA, getting into Strike Force, following Chris Cyborg, thinking that I was going to be the next 145 champion, be the person to take her down. And that is honestly what got me into MMA, is seeing the type of athlete that Chris Cyborg was and wanting to take her down.
Oh man, thank goodness that didn't happen though. Would you really have wanted to fight her? She's a monster.
She'll fight her at 125, I'll tell you that much. She'll fight her at 125 all day long, Stan.
Yeah.
Stan, she'll fight you.
Oh, I'm sure. I wouldn't even want to fight Liz Carmouche. Liz Carmouche is a beast. Yeah, I've seen. Didn't you for a while? I remember watching a video. You had trouble finding women sparring partners and training partners for the longest time, right?
Yeah, and I still do. Alima Lay McFarland, the Bellator champ at 125. She's my main training partner, and so more often than not, it may just be days where she and I are the only females in practice. The same thing with Pearl Gonzalez from Invicta. Usually it's just Alima and I, and the rest are guys. But honestly, I like it because in my mind, if I can overpower, if I can beat a guy with the same technique and utilize strength as well, then against a woman, it should be that much easier.
So now what is Alima? She's no longer in Hawaii? She's now permanently in California?
Yeah, she's permanently been in California since she started fighting. She goes back to visit frequently, but she trains specifically out of here.
Oh, I didn't know that. I figured she was one of the Hawaiians, like a Max or someone who just comes over to the mainland when she has a fight.
No. She just goes to the mainland. She just goes to Hawaii when she has a fight, honestly, just to do the media, usually the build-up and to visit family, and then comes right back and kicks off her whole training camp in California.
And what, she's also 10th Planet as well?
Yes, she is. She's a 10th Planet brown belt at the moment.
And what are you at this point? Brown belt?
Black belt.
Oh, you got your black belt?
Black belch?
Oh, I think you said that earlier. Yes, you were promoted under Gio, right?
Yeah, I'm a white belt, one stripe.
Yeah. You're getting there, Dennis. Maybe you can get promoted under Liz.
Ooh.
You could be one of
There you
Liz's
go.
black belts one day.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Dennis might not be flexible enough for the 10th Planet style, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither am I. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no way I would have made it to black belt in the 10 planet system if it really did require flexibility. Because I'm that embarrassing person that can't touch my toes. Nobody understands how I do the things that I do. It's angles. It's absolutely not flexibility.
Do you know my homie PJ Barch?
Yeah, PJ is awesome.
Yeah, I wrestled with him at Bloomsburg.
I am so sorry.
Well, I mean, he didn't make the lineup, but now he's a killer in jiu-jitsu.
He is. That is one good thing he did, is he's able to take everything he did know from wrestling and his background and utilize it so well. You wouldn't think that would work with 10th Planet, but man, that guy has tapped into it in a way that I can't even explain. Like, his top pressure and everything is phenomenal.
Yeah, because I watched some of his highlights and I was like, PJ's getting into jiu-jitsu a little bit. And then, like, next thing you know, he's at, like, the very elite fucking dudes up. Because I would talk shit to him, like, dude, I'll fuck you up. And now I'm watching him, like, crush dudes at 170. I'm like, oh, maybe. In my head, though, I'm still going to big brother him.
As you should, yeah.
Stay down there, blondie.
What weight did he wrestle at in college?
I think he was like 41, 49.
Oh, so around the same size.
Yeah, but no, he's gotten, you know, I don't think he cuts a ton of weight for jiu-jitsu, right, Liz?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, so he probably walks around at like 170 or 169 even.
Yeah, he walks around super close. He's definitely not taking the wrestler route to weight cutting in terms of jiu-jitsu. He likes to keep as healthy as possible and just make sure that he's going in there with as much strength and stamina as possible.
Yeah.
Now, is this going to be your first foray into submission grappling on a higher level like that, like Quintet? I'm sure you've done Nagdas and grappling tournaments, but have you ever done like a showcase like this before?
Not Quintet. I did Subversive Fight to Win. I did EBI Super Fight. So some other things on the big stage, but this would be the first real Quintet style like this.
Now, what do these grappling shows pay in relation to like fighting? I don't.
Oh, anywhere from a few hundred to maybe a few thousand.
Okay. Because I mean, we were talking to Uriah yesterday, your brother, and and he was saying, you know, like, yeah, man. I mean, I'm doing it anyways for free training. Might as well get paid to do it. I mean, it's not like you're taking, you know, damage. So.
Yeah.
You could take that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but just tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Or don't get caught. You know, play it safe. I don't know.
Even better, don't get caught.
Yeah.
So now this team, this Quintet, it's not all women, right? It's mixed?
This one is all women. It's the first all women Quintet tournament.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't think they've had all women yet, so this will be the first one.
Another first, yeah.
And there she goes
And there
again.
she goes again. Liz Carmouche, always taking part in the first of everything. So now, what are you doing with the UFC? Does your manager call them up, and are you harassing them for a fight, or are you just waiting for the phone to ring?
A little bit of everything. So I know, like, leading up to my previous fight, we were pretty much nagging them full time. I'd let them know, like, hey, I'm healthy, I'm ready to fight. Please, let's get in there. I want to get as many fights as I can in the year. And my manager did the same, and then it turned out that I ended up doing one last year. And just hoping that doesn't happen again this year. So we let them know right after the fight, like, hey, guys, I'm healthy. Please book me again. And then my manager's doing the same thing. At this point, it's just a matter of we let them know and just staying ready and waiting for that phone call.
Liz, I'm trying to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. All right? Give me the content I need right now. Whose name do you want? Okay? Do it.
I want Shevchenko. I mean, I'm that person that always says I'm gunning for the belt.
Right.
And she holds the belt, and we have our previous fight when I was beyond inexperienced to all of her years of experience. And I want to give her a chance to redeem herself and strip her of that belt doing it.
I like that.
Yeah, you've been in there with her before. You felt her. Now you're both improved, and now you're looking like you want to get that next fight with her. You think you're in line possibly to fight the winner? If you win your next fight, you think you're in line to possibly fight the winner of her versus Jessica Ai?
I do. I think that the 125 division is up in arms so much, and it has so many possibilities that a few good wins put you right back in title contention.
Oh, yeah. And you have that winner over Caitlin Chukagian, who's also at the top as well.
Exactly.
Because I felt like you were... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and I know that they were talking that some of your fights at 135 don't count towards your record to 125. So as far as they're looking at my fights in the UFC, it's only the ones I've had at 125 that they're counting.
Yeah, but I feel like at times, even if you fought a 125-pounder at 135, then I think it's, it could be counted there.
I'm calling don't bullshit on that.
On what? That they don't count it?
They
Yeah.
don't like. I've watched guys that dropped down from 55 to 45. That weren't ranked. That were ranked at 55, fighting me, ranked at 45, and I've watched morale go up and fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care.
No, they do. I think they do care. It's like, no, Barao was the champion. He's gonna fight a high profile. Like, oh, I thought that doesn't count. Like they're telling Liz.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying they don't care. Like they don't have like a set rule, like a set plan for it. They just they make it up, like case by case basis type deal. Whatever fits best for their business model at the time.
Cause Liz, what are you walking around at? Cause I felt like you were a big 35-pounder.
I was a tiny 35-pounder. What most people don't know is I never cut weight for 35.
Oh.
I just walked on the scale.
You just looked jacked.
Really?
Yeah, everyone else wasn't as good a shape as her is what it was. She's all ripped up and everyone else was a little softer. So she
it really is. I just stay on. I never stop training. I never stop. I'm always on my diet with the exception of the 2 weeks after the fight.
Right.
I go right back into being a trainer mode. If I'm not getting myself ready for a competition, then like right now I'm helping Alima get ready for her fight, her championship fight. I always stay in there so that somebody else has bodies available that can. And the nice thing is I usually mimic all their opponents because I do fight Southpaw and I do fight Orthodox. So whoever their opponent is, with the exception of being able to mimic a reach because I'm just too short, I usually try to copy for them. So I'm always ready and I'm always constantly training.
Yeah, Dennis knows about overcoming that reach disadvantage as well. So yeah, have you ever been taller than one? You're 5'6". You've probably been taller than some opponents, right? You're not always once.
Only once, and it was Jessica Andrade.
Oh yeah, she's the shortest one. Yeah.
And that's because she was a true 115er that was fighting at 135. So that's the only person I've ever been taller than. Other than that, I've always been the shorter person, always.
Yeah, and when you got that fight and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to have range over her, it wasn't like you thought. Because I remember I was taller than Jimmy Rivera fighting to get in the house. I was like, dude, I'm going to crush this guy because I'm actually going to have reach for once. And he demolished me the first round.
Yeah.
Bad. Yeah, I went into it and I was like, oh, cool, height advantage. I'm like, wait a second, guys. I've never even sparred somebody shorter than me. How am I possibly going to... I don't know. I've only been the underdog and been the shorter person. What do you do? Do you just put your hand on their forehead, and hold them back? How do I? Is it a better kicking level, like way easier? So that was a little bit weird because I couldn't find training partners there were the same height to come in to get ready for that fight. So I just had to get people of equal height to get ready.
Yeah, I know when wrestling, when a guy was shorter than me, I'm like, I don't know how to wrestle this guy.
Yeah.
Everybody's been taller than me.
Yeah.
Everyone's long and lanky.
I don't know how to
compared
do
me.
this.
Yeah. But you overcame it. You overcome it. You make adaptations. That's why you guys both fought at the highest level.
Heard that.
And
you didn't,
Carmouche,
Stan?
Yeah, I didn't. But Liz Carmouche is still out there doing it. So, Liz, we want to thank you for joining us. When you book this next fight, please come back on the show. Let us know, and we'll be rooting for you.
Absolutely. I'd love to.
All right, so Liz Carmouche, she's a trendsetter. She's the first openly gay woman to fight in the UFC. She's the first openly gay fighter to win a fight in the UFC.
She's one of the first females to even fight in the UFC ever.
That was the first female fight, wasn't it? Her first round? Yeah, so one of the first female fighters. Yeah, she's just breaking down walls constantly. So thank you again, Liz, for joining us, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye.
I feel like she had a great time. She had a great time chatting with us.
Oh, yeah. I looked down and I was like, damn, we're keeping her for a long time. I told her 10, 15 minutes and we had her for 40.
Yeah, but she was really having a good time kicking it.
Yeah.
Kicking with Menace and the Man.
I felt like we could have kept her on even longer, but I didn't
Wow.
want to do that to her. I didn't want to do that to her.
Wow. It's hearsay. What do you got for us next, Dan? Or were we going to...
We could kill a little time before we call Robert Whittaker. We could try your friend Pat Cummins, or we could talk a little current events.
Okay.
A couple things that we missed.
Let's try it. Should we try it, Pat? Or keep talking, and I'll...
Well, one thing we didn't cover a couple days ago was Bisping getting into the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Your boy Bisping. You made a post about it.
I did.
We didn't talk about it on the show. Pretty big deal. Congratulations to Michael Bisping on that. Your, what would you call that? Your former adversary coach.
Yep.
So he screamed. I know you probably have heard his voice screaming against you, coaching against you.
Yeah, but it was they were always like hopeless whispers, of anger. Like, why are you doing that against him?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You know?
Yeah, him
Not
going
like,
nuts. Yeah.
Never heard him like, yeah, that's it.
You're doing good, fucking Bermuda's up. No, I was always like, what the fuck? Why'd you let him grab you?
Actually, Akira socked me a few times in the first round.
Yeah. But then you got your hands on him.
Yep.
And Bisping probably, I'll have to rewatch the episode. I'm sure Bisping lost his shit.
Yep.
Why did you grab him? Why is, the whole nine. That's one of the things that I liked about Bisping, too. He's one of those cornermen that go nuts. Like, even McGregor. Like, you ever see that one season when he coached? I mean, he goes fucking mental.
Well, I mean, as a fighter and I'm fighting, I need my corner to be calm, cool, and collected. Because then that sends these vibes to me that, yo, you're good, dude. When they start freaking out, it's because it's going down. Things aren't going
Yeah, I'm not
right.
saying it's a good style of coaching. I'm just saying I enjoy watching it.
I know when I corner people, I breathe and I try to stay very calm and assertive.
Yeah,
and when I'm calling things out in the corner, I've been told I have this voice when I'm coaching that
calming.
No, the way I project, people can only hear my voice sometimes. I'll talk to people like, man, I only heard Dennis. So sometimes while I'm cornering, things that Greg wants to be done, he'll tell me in the corner, tell him to do this, because his voice doesn't break through, Been doing it since I was in high school, I guess.
What, yelling?
Well, I would be coaching my team from the sideline, even though we had a coach, but they would listen to what I would say over my coach. I don't know if it's because they thought my advice was better, they thought I was a better wrestler, or if maybe they only heard me.
Yeah. Well, you project. Even like we talk about it on the podcast. When you're like loud on the mic. It's because sometimes you project. You have like a loud voice when you lean forward to the mic and whatnot.
Yeah, and I want everybody to hear me well.
Yeah, so I could see that being like a good coach as well.
And I don't want to repeat myself. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
you hate repeating yourself, right?
Hate repeating myself.
Yeah.
As I'm sure anyone does, but that's one of my pet peeves, if you will. I'm noticing it's one of your pet peeves as well.
Well.
Or it's like you want Dennis to be a dick, just make him repeat himself.
Yeah.
And it'll start.
I told you what to tell you a million times.
So then also, the other news was TJ Dillashaw. Ooh, our boy TJ. And not good news.
Yeah, so we tried getting Dana White on last night. And it turns out
he
hit me up today. Hey man, sorry. I'm sure you saw what's going on. I've had my hands full.
Yeah, dealing with some shit.
So I was like, ugh. I was like, my hat goes off to you, dude, because.
And even then, like, he didn't have to clarify what it was. You got it. You're like, oh, all right, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Your champion just gave up his belt, and you have a whole shitstorm to deal with.
Yeah. So I mean, with that, me and you spoke about it a little bit earlier. I mean, I like TJ. I think he's a spectacular athlete. I hope it is just tainted supplements. But sometimes the thought that he didn't even fight to hang, like, you can have the belt. Sometimes it's like, did you know there was something in those things,
and too, being at that level, that's got to be a fucking tough, like, he's going into a dark place right now, coming off the 20-second loss to Cejudo, and now you come up for a tainted supplement, He's not even going to get back now, because I think the UFC was trying to book Cejudo Dillashaw rematch at 135.
Right.
Like they were going to give that to Dillashaw because he took the fight at 125, made some noise. They got good ratings and whatnot, so they were going to run that back at 135. And now, I don't know. What do you do? Does Cejudo go up? Do they keep 125? We got so many questions for Dana. Damn it, TJ. But even yesterday, we would have had some different questions. But now we have that question even tenfold. Like, does Cejudo go up? I think they if they're smart, I think they should let Cejudo go up. I know people say, like, oh, no, he never defended the belt, whatnot, but with Cejudo, whatever people think of him personally, as far as, like, a global thing, they have a chance to make a superstar.
Yeah, I think Cejudo could do the same things he's been doing at 25 at 35.
Yeah.
I think he's a big 25-pounder. I think he can fill into the 135 weight class easily and be a big guy there.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
But even I think what it creates is like the history that it creates for him. If he goes up and becomes a double champion, so he's an Olympic champion, he's the one of if not the best combat sport athletes of all time.
Yeah, he's got to catch his boy DC.
He's got a lot of time.
Happy birthday to DC, by the way. It's his birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Daniel.
How old is he today?
I think 40.
Yikes.
But now that too we have for Dana. But we have to get DC on the show and ask him, like, because he said he was retiring before this.
Oh.
Yeah, he wanted to be retired by now. So he's extending his career. He's going to hang out a little bit longer.
Well, I mean, when the money's coming in, nice.
Of course.
You know.
But what fight is he hanging out for? Because
I think the Brock Lesnar one.
But even like Dana did an interview the other day, he said he's waiting for a phone call from Brock, unless he knows something we don't know, which a lot of times is the case.
Yeah,
but, you know what I mean?
I saw an interview that Dana said that he's the thing about Brock Lesnar is when he wants to fight, he lets you know.
Yeah,
and Dana kind of put it out there like maybe this summer.
And well, the thing is too, I'd have to look it up, and it is like public information. You have to look up if Brock's in the USADA pool at the moment.
Yeah, another thing coming this summer are RTD G Fuel energy drinks, ready to drink, and G Fuel energy drinks. And I've been on G Fuel for a minute because you know they've got their great products, but there's something about opening up a can for me.
The pop top, yeah.
That noise to me means one of three things.
What?
Or a combination. One, it's gonna taste delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it's gonna get you drunk. Or three, it's gonna give you energy.
Yes.
You know, I think we need to come up with a drink that does all three of those things.
I was just gonna say it might do all three. There's got to be something.
Well, I doubt G Fuel is gonna be having alcohol in it. You big idiot.
You know what I mean. I'm saying other companies probably have that out there. But then the other piece of news.
You remember Four Locos?
Yeah, Four Locos. They don't exist no more, right? They stopped making them.
No, I think they do, but they're not the same.
Yeah, they toned them down.
They took something out because I remember I had just moved to Long Island. I wasn't with Long Island MMA. I was working 2 jobs, and I just bought a PS4, and I was like, what? Or a PS3, and I had been out of the video game scene for some time, and I was like, what? I could play with my brother who's in Miami?
Yeah.
On the headset? So I would drop my girlfriend off that I was with at the time at a club, pick up a 6-pack, like come home and play video games on a Friday night. I remember it was a Sunday and I was playing some games and I wasn't doing good. And I was like, you know what? And sadly, it was like 11 a.m. And this is before I was in the UFC. It was like 11 a.m. in the morning. And I was like, man, maybe I need some juice to help me play better. So I cracked a beer, drank a beer, and I was like, I have these Four Locos. Maybe I should try one. So I drank a Four Loco. Man, I was
fucked up.
Hang on, I drank a Four Loco, and then I had an additional one. So now I'm at 2 Four Locos and a beer, and this is within 2 hours. And I was like, what the? Man, I think I threw up later on. Yeah. I was freaking twisted.
Getting fucked up in video games, too, I'm sure.
Yikes.
You know, the other thing we didn't talk about, the last episode was Tony Ferguson. And I was talking to Tim over at Paradigm Sports about possibly getting Tony on the show, too. And remember how we were talking to Tony, and Tony kind of like, once you asked Tony to come on the show, the conversation kind of stopped. And now, hindsight, you think like, oh, shit, he fucking had a lot of shit going on. He definitely didn't want to do interviews. And here's me and Dennis over here like, hey, man, you want to come on the show and talk about life and fighting? And he was probably like, no fucking chance I want to come on your show.
Well, you told me he doesn't do interviews in general.
No, he does do interviews, but not, he doesn't do.
Got you.
He doesn't like the shock journalism aspect of it, you know?
Right.
He would, in my opinion, he'd be cool with Menace and the Man because we don't want to talk to him about dumb shit. We want to ask him, like, you know? But then again, he's crazy, so he might snap when you talk about Khabib and Conor.
Yeah, and then this is some news that you won't get from any source unless it comes from the source himself.
Yeah.
So we tried getting Ben Askren to come on, was it yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
The reason why he didn't get back to us, his father got a pacemaker put in.
Really?
And, obviously, family over.
Family always comes
Menace
first.
and the Man.
Family always comes first. Shout out to Ben Askren. Hope your father's doing all right.
Hope your old man's doing good, man. And now he's on a plane to Pittsburgh.
Going to the NCAAs.
Yeah.
Which the Menace and the Man, we still haven't decided, but...
Yeah, maybe Saturday we'll go take a trip.
But it'll probably be sold out, no?
Well, I mean, if we know people that know people.
Okay, we do. We might.
Yeah.
You might.
Because that's one of my things, man. I just don't like going to events and paying.
Yeah.
I don't like doing that. I never have.
Well, you know what I'll do? I'll like carry an umbrella, and I'll be like, who the fuck are you? I'm Bermuda's assistant. I go where he goes. Let him in.
Then they'd be like, Bermuda's who? And Stan puffs his chest like, you never heard of Menace the Man?
I'll be like, you never heard of Manny Bermudez, undefeated UFC bantamweight? What the fuck's wrong with you? Let's go, Manny. I'd be like, Dennis Bermudez. He wrestles for Edinburgh. And I'd be like, studs. Bloomsburg. Sorry.
Gregor wrestled for
Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And that's even what fucked me up yesterday as we were talking. We said Edinburgh like 12 times before the end of the interview because what do you call him, Stutz? Stutz was going on a rampage and talking about how wrestling with Edinburgh and all these schools in Bloomsburg. And then he said Edinburgh like 4 times.
Because I wrestled.
Yeah, you were talking about, who'd you wrestle? What's the kid's name?
Oh, that was Lockhaven. Seth Martin.
Oh, Martin, yeah.
Well, no, we were, the story was I drove to Edinburgh 5 hours. I had nowhere to stay because I had no money, and I slept in my car.
Yeah.
But then, that's the Edinburgh story.
That's what threw me off. And then I was like, Edinburgh, you're coaching at Edinburgh. He's like, that's my fucking rival. He didn't want to hear that shit.
Of course not.
So who were the rivals there? So your rival was Lockhaven and Edinburgh?
No, I mean, Edinburgh wasn't our... Well, I mean, I think it'd be Lockhaven if we had a rival, you know? But, I mean... In hindsight, it was like everybody was your rival. Whoever you're going against next.
Yeah. Well, now, don't they set up like the dual meets and whatnot according to that? Or not really?
Well, you wrestle within your league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess your rival comes from your league most likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was a great interview with Stutz. I enjoyed that. We definitely need to do that again.
Yeah, we'll get the big dog on again.
So what do you want to do? You want to try Pat?
I texted him, and he didn't respond.
All right, well,
I texted him. He texted me back. And I texted him.
And then the other news that we saw yesterday. Your boy Ally Quinta.
Oh, right. He's fighting Cowboy.
Going to fight Cowboy. That's a pretty big fight. For the 155-pound division. Because even you look at it like they were underrated. Definitely. I think they have him at like fucking... I would hope 6. But I think maybe like 9.
And then what's Cowboy? Because he keeps going between 170 and 155.
Yeah, it's stupid. Cowboy's one of those guys who, even when he left 155, he was still in the rankings for 2, you know.
But according to Liz Carmouche, it doesn't matter about your previous fights at a different weight class.
Yeah. But I bet for, what's his name, it does. For Cerrone, it would matter. Oh, no, they got Iaquinta up there. They got Iaquinta at 4. I guess after he beat Kevin Lee, they gave him that bump up. And they got Cerrone at 9. They got Gregor in at number 11. Ooh, and even that fight, too. The talk was Kevin Lee was going to fight Gregor at possibly the main event or the co-main event for that UFC Rochester event. And now it's going to be Kevin Lee moving up to 170, and he's going to fight Rafael Dos Anjos. But even that, like I guess, yeah, like the way we said, like so Kevin Lee's number 5 at 155. He fought for an interim title. Now he's gonna
what's his rank at 170?
He deserves to move up and fight the number 4 guy.
Oh, RDA is number 4?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like the win Masvidal just had moved him up 6 spots to number 5. So that's Kevin Lee is gonna jump up to 170 and he's gonna fight a guy ranked higher than Masvidal. That's crazy. But I guess, yeah, the rankings don't really mean shit.
True.
They're supposed to mean something, but they don't. Don't they mean something, or did they ever figure that out? Like, don't they mean something for the Reebok pay?
No, it was...
They canceled that.
Yeah, they backed out on that.
Because the fighters said, like, yo, your rankings are fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't be doing this shit.
The Reebok pay is based off of how many fights
you have.
You've had in Zuffa, not in UFC. So if you were in Strikeforce or WC, that counts for as many fights as you've had in Zuffa.
Yeah. Another fight that was booked, what's his name? Luke Rockhold's going up to 205.
Who's he fighting at 205?
Jan Blachowicz. He's fought some good dudes, Jan Blachowicz. He is ranked number 6. So again, this is number 2 at middleweight, moving up to fight number 6 at 205. Which I guess, you know, if you're in the top 5, I guess that's warranted. So I guess it is warranted for Kevin Lee. If you're in the top 5 in another weight class, you can move up and fight someone else in the top 5. Something like that.
For sure.
What do you think of Liz Carmouche? Was I a little rude there when I said did she really want to fight Cyborg? No?
I don't know.
Well, I said, did you really want to fight Cyborg? Like that. She said that was her whole game plan.
Like, I've seen you fight. No.
No, I didn't go there. Yeah. I just said, you barely cut any weight for 135. Do you really want to fight Cyborg, who cuts 40 pounds to make 145?
Maybe that was going to be her secret weapon there.
What? That you
More
came in-
energy.
Yeah, that's possible.
More fluid in the brain.
That is possible. Would you like a water, Dennis?
Yeah, we're drinking water today.
Well, we drank some beers earlier. Now
Shut up, Stan.
that
You
we-
don't say that.
that we realized that we're probably alcoholics, so we got to start drinking water.
Nah, speak for yourself, you ninny.
It's actually hanging out with Dennis too much.
Yeah, right.
And hanging out with the women that I hang out with.
Why don't you, again, take accountability for your own actions?
Because then what am I going to do? Just drink water while everyone else drinks? I got to take part, Thank you, Joe. That sounds like it sounds like someone's peeing. Thank you, Dennis.
I'm pouring G Fuel into a G Fuel cup.
Oh, you going to get some G Fuel in you? That's one complaint that I got about the show, is that people don't want to hear us. Joe was like, whoa, the mics. Right there.
Shut up and call Rob.
Well, we're waiting for him. He has a business meeting right now, so
What's this business meeting about?
I don't know. Who knows?
All right, we'll entertain it. All right, I'll just call back.
Ooh, you know who could get a title shot, actually, is Aljamain. They got him ranked number 3.
Give me your...
There you go.
Oh, him versus Mariah again?
It's possible. Oh, Mariah already knocked him out. I forgot about that one.
I'm sick of talking to you, Stan, so I want to talk to someone who's cooler than you.
Dennis, hello.
Hi, Pat.
How are you, sir?
Welcome to Mustache and the Menace, episode 1.
Mustache on the Menace. Are you planning on growing one?
What?
Are you planning on growing one or what?
No, you have a mustache.
Well, you need one too. Fuck.
I have a beard.
Yeah.
I'm just one, face shave away from a mustache.
Yeah, but the beard kind of distracts from the whole mustache.
I know, but what I'm saying is I could just shave most of my beard and have just a mustache, and then I'd have a mustache.
Exactly, you could do that, but the question is, why aren't you doing it?
Well, the thing is, what am I gonna do with my little puny thing, dude? You have this big
listen,
hog under your nose. I have this little
listen,
pencil.
You make it work. You make it work with your dick.
Yeah, you're right. Depends how you rock it. Depends how you rock that thing, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. Stan, you want to say hi to your ex-co-host?
How are you, Pat Cummins? Welcome back to Menace and the Man.
Hello, good sir.
I wanted it to be Mustache and the Man, but Dennis was like, no chance. This is mine and Pat's show today.
Man.
No, this could be Mustache and the Man, episode 2.
Mustache and the Man.
Well, Mustache and the Man just flows better.
It does. It sounds like it's got a ring to it.
So why don't you take 5, Dennis? Why don't you go to the bathroom for a few minutes? Me and Pat got some things to talk about.
It'd take me longer than a few minutes, Stan.
It'll take you longer than a few minutes?
Yeah.
What, to go to the bathroom? While you're having some bowel problems right now?
Nah, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
what's the deal?
Anything you want to talk about? Me and Pat are here. You're a guest on our show right now.
Does the Sting while you pee?
No, not today.
Not today.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you, Pat? Are you on set? You still acting? What are you doing? You chilling home?
No, dude. No, I'm in Vegas right now training.
Ooh, we got any fight news coming up? What are you doing? Getting in shape?
Yeah, just actually, I don't know how close Rochester is to you guys, but
Oh, wait, I just saw that. Yeah, who you fighting?
May 18th, I'll be there fighting Ed Herman.
Ed Herman, yes.
Ooh, I
That's
like
a good
that.
one.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take the trip up there to see the big bro. Get after it.
Man, come on.
I'll bring like my stim machines, my massagers, my foam rollers.
And
You can be my little assistant.
Yeah.
And
Bring the Normatec.
This is new, right? When was this fight announced?
I don't even know if they announced it. I mean, it's been leaked and whatnot, but I don't know if the UFC's announced it.
I think
you know what? That's kind of weird. I don't know how to work that these days.
I think they officially announced it today or yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Pat, don't you like when you sign a contract? They're like, "Don't say anything until we let you know." Like,
I know, and then
okay.
Like, yeah, you like click on Twitter, and it's like, well, how does everyone know that?
Yeah. I didn't say anything. I'm assuming my opponent didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Whatever.
Somehow it got leaked.
Yeah.
You bring your mountain bike with you?
It's all a fucking game. Of course I did.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's beautiful.
So now, who are you training with out there in Vegas?
I'm training with the boys at Syndicate.
Nice.
Are you stopping in at the PI at all?
Of course.
I stopped in today. Actually, made my presence known. Got some free lunch.
I was gonna say that. Now, hang on. So, Jaybird is turning 30 in the end of May. So he wants to have his 30th birthday party in Las Vegas because it's the halfway point. He's living in Hawaii now.
Oh wow!
So like the midway point between Hawaii and New York is probably Las Vegas, right?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So we're gonna do it there. Is there any chance I could dip into the UPI for free lunch? You think that still would hold up or no?
I think you totally can.
100%.
Well, hang on. Because Ryan the Flair retired, and they snatched his Fight Pass instantly.
No, did they?
I got to check and see if I still have Fight Pass.
Yeah, but Fight Pass is different.
They took his Fight Pass?
Yeah.
They're just like, thank you.
I'll take that. What's it, like $10 a month?
Bro, it's $10 a month, and it's like $6.99 if you buy it for the year. So it's like...
We'll take that from you, sir.
Wow, so they probably took your Fight Pass, I would think.
I'm going to check tonight.
It's pretty lax there. I think they'll just be like, here, dude, come eat. Come hang out.
Or I'll just go with you or something like that.
Well, you know what you do? You just keep talking like you're, don't even acknowledge
Walking like
anything.
I own the place.
Walking like you own the
Forrest,
place.
what's up, Forrest?
Yeah,
What I do is, as you're making your food, just keep the conversation going. And then when they stop, you're like, wait, Dennis, didn't you retire? Be like, yeah, but I'm here to have a conversation with them about something. And you're like, fuck, they found out.
Yeah. We're renegotiating.
Pat's a big dude. Pat could probably go up look for two. And it wouldn't look suspicious. You could just get enough food for you and him.
Yeah, you just go sit down. I'll bring you what you want.
Yeah, I like that.
We got ideas, Dennis. Don't worry. We'll get around the UFC PI and all their malarkey that they want to do.
Pat, that will be after your fight. You should come.
What's the date of this?
I think what's that, Memorial Day weekend, the end of May.
Oh, May 31st it was, right?
Well, May 20, I think the weekend's like the 24th to the 27th or something like that.
Are you
What am I gonna do in Vegas? What are you guys gonna do? I don't even, I'm here to train and ride my bike. I don't want to go. I don't want to step foot on the strip.
Well, we can foot sweep Jay and stuff like that, and
yeah, that's true.
I'm sure
you only turned 31.
Yeah,
you could probably find something to do in Vegas.
Jay would be so happy if you came.
Really?
Yeah, and I would bring him nothing. I'd be like, I made Pat come.
I brought Pat
Yeah,
Cummins.
I'll be the gift.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a pretty good gift, though.
Yeah.
It's like a 3.5 hour drive for me to get to Vegas from LA, so it's perfect.
Yeah, you can stay with me wherever I stay. I don't even know where I'm staying.
Oh, we did that once before. Oh.
Do behave. So one time, I was getting ready to fight in Mexico, and I had this Hypoxico tent that simulates. It simulates, sleeping at an elevation of, you could set it for various heights, so anywhere from 4,000 to 20,000 feet if you wanted to, So I'm telling Pat, hey man, it could fit on a king size bed. He's like, I got a king size bed. And I'm like, all right, dude, let's see. He's like, dude, we'll set up on my bed when you get here. I'm like, all right, sick, dude. So we set it up. It took a hot minute to set up, So me and Pat get in this little chamber. And I'm telling
I fucking get in there and I'm breathing this dude's air, and fucking it gets like it turns into a little sauna. Like we're all of a sudden I'm like, I'm not sleeping in my bed with fucking Dennis in this weird tent sauna. And like getting all fucking sweaty and lubed up. I was like, forget this, dude. Like, get this thing off my bed. It's over.
And it was, and for like it's a little difficult to breathe. Like you're not getting the same oxygen content.
Yeah. I don't know why I would ever agree to that.
Very, very uncomfortable.
But then we move it because it's huge. It fits over king size bed. We move it to the living room. My place isn't huge, and you can like my big ass can barely like squeak past between like the TV and the tent and the couch and all this other shit in there. I can barely squeeze by, and I'm just like, this is no good either.
Yeah,
like,
I came in because what was it, 2 weeks, Pat? Right?
It was 2 weeks.
I came in just cramped Pat style hard. Yeah, for 2 weeks straight.
And my brother was there. My brother was there, and he was like, "Oh, dude, all I want to do is hang out with Dennis." And he was like, he made it so much worse because he just like egged you on. He was like, "Oh, let's play video games for 10, Dennis." And they were just fucking sitting right in front of the TV playing, like looking through the weird plastic windows of the tent, playing fucking video games the whole time.
Yeah, it was tough.
I'm like, you fucking assholes, get out of here.
What?
Wasn't it yours?
It was mine, but to ship it back to
oh yeah, he's like, yeah, dude, ship it home. And I was like, dude, it costs like.
Well, no, it was gonna cost like $400. And I asked, Doc, hey, where'd it go? He's like, I don't know, Pat has it. I'm like, and then I see like RDA hooked up to a similar machine. I'm like, I wonder where it went.
Listen, you got it. Sometimes you gotta help out the other guys. You gotta pass it on.
Well, the thing is, that was the last fight before the Reebok deal, and that was that unit was like $6,000 of kind of like sponsorship. So it was essentially like my money.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Why a company sponsored you for it?
Yeah, they gave it to me for our camp.
Well, listen, man, you should have been responsible, and you should have had it shipped.
I should have. Yeah, I should have shipped it.
Yeah.
Freaking idiot. Freaking idiot.
Now RDA is chilling it right now.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah.
And he's fighting on the same card as me now too.
Or Pat staring at it and being like, "No idea what happened to it, man.
No
idea."
I'm like rubbing my balls on it.
Yeah. Pat's like, I jerk off in that thing every day, bro. I don't know if you want it back.
Yeah, it gets just the perfect amount of sweat going. It's perfect lubricant.
It's like what do you call it? What is it called? The type of machine it is.
It's called a hypoxico.
The hypoxico? Yeah, like, you got my hypoxico? And Pat's like, what do you mean, my masturbation tent? Yeah.
Gets my red blood count up high.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you get your test done and stuff like that, the UPI and such?
Yeah, dude, they'll put me through all that stuff. The same shit we used to do with Andy Galpin.
Yep.
Like get the VO2 max done, get all that other stuff. Just get a range of like where you're at, and then they'll do all my strength training too, and I get to eat for free.
Yeah.
So.
And then you link up with Clint.
It's time I take advantage of these perks.
Yeah. Yeah. You link up with Clint.
Yeah, I just saw Clint. Yeah.
Nice. And he scanned your body and got your body index. No, not yet.
Yeah, I came in today and just kind of like said what's up to everybody and what we're setting up for this week.
How long will you be at the UPI for?
Well, I'll be here. I kind of came early, like you normally do.
Got it. Nice.
Got it.
I actually delayed because I was like, Dennis, I don't think, when's the last time you went to the PI? I haven't seen you out there.
Yeah, I was like, I don't.
We'll start calling it that from now on. Ooh, just went to the PI. Yeah, so I came out early to help my buddy train for his fight, AJ Matthews. He's fighting Bellator. It's at the 29th the end of this month. So it's
Okay.
a couple weeks away, less than a couple weeks away. So I'm going to come out here, work with him, help him out, just kind of like ease back into hard training, and then go corner him down at his fights in Temecula.
Is he still
The
rocking?
Pachanga.
Is AJ Matthews still rocking the mustache?
He sure as shit is. Looking like a brown Doc Holliday.
Is Pat Cummins? You still got your mustache, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing ain't going
It's like-
nowhere.
Yeah, it's like a permanent fixture on my face now. I tried to shave it and it just broke my clippers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just there. That's it.
Wow.
That's a sign from God.
The UPI has a nice cold plunge hot tub set
Yes,
up over there.
which I plan on using quite frequently.
Now, Pat got me into cold plunges.
What is a cold plunge?
It's, you get in this little pool where it's
Not like different from an ice bath.
no, same
Same thing?
but there's just no ice. It's just a very, very cold pool, So me and Pat would go to these the Japanese
Dude, the
spas?
Korean spa.
Korean
spa.
the Korean spas.
Come on, dude, get your Asians straight.
You get me, Pat, and our manager at the time would strip down, get naked, go hot tub, into the cold plunge, back to
Like
sauna.
sauna, steam.
Yeah. I mean, after you're done, you feel great, but
But it costs a lot. It takes a toll on you in a weird way, in a psychological way.
there's
It's
some guys
like-
around there peacocking.
Really?
Yeah.
So Dennis was
You know how-
Dennis
you know
was checking every dude out when he was in there. Then probably.
I was checking out
Yeah,
checking out their size.
Yeah.
See what they're
He
working with.
does, yeah. He's constantly tapping his foot, lifting his, sitting in the lawn chairs, just kind of out in front of everybody.
Well, no, so Pat and our manager at the time, they would go, and when you said there was a weird number. So when I would come, no guys would really like make moves, kind of, or like try to demonstrate as much. But when there's just
Yeah,
two
'cause
guys,
there's-
right? So
Strength in numbers, dude. The Predators. I mean, it's like if you're like 3 jackrabbits. You're not gonna, like the Coyotes probably aren't gonna bother you too much. But man, when there's 2, man, look out. You got 2 less eyes.
uh,
Yeah, I don't even think I want to hear the stories that were going on there. I'm good on that.
I mean,
I mean, we've had some interesting encounters there, but basically what it comes down to is we just we understand what it like when a girl talks about being objectified or oh, I don't like the way that guy looks at me. It's like, oh yeah, I've felt that look before. But it's been in a Korean spa where the dude's just naked, looking at you and then looking at his dick and then looking back at you.
fluffing
Come on,
himself
dog,
under
get
his
up,
towel.
whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And the thing is there'd be Korean people there too, and that's just in their culture. They'd bring their young
they're just,
kids
whatever.
in there with them, and they're
Going to those establishments is in their culture. I thought you were saying to check out Peckers was in their culture. I was gonna say,
no. And then if you were like a white guy for the most part in there's a good chance you played for the other team.
If you're a white guy
Yeah.
why were you guys going to this place?
For recovery.
Is that how they all are, or just this
It was
place?
it was the only place near us, right? Within 50 miles, I think that was the only place.
Yeah.
And it's a nice place, but man, there's just some creeps.
Yeah, there's some creeps in there, but
There's
I
weirdos
mean,
everywhere.
what are they gonna do? I never got touched or anything like that, or you gonna beat me up, or what are you gonna do? I'll fucking crush your ass naked.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa,
have you
that
seen
didn't sound
movie?
good. I won't crush your
Have you
ass
ever-
naked.
Have you ever seen that
Fucking
movie,
punch your
Eastern
face.
Promises?
What
you
is
ever
it?
watch Eastern Promises?
No.
It's a Viggo Mortensen movie. He's pretends he gets into the Russian mafia, and he's an undercover cop or something. But he gets in a naked sauna fight. You should. It's in the Russian sauna in New York City or wherever they are. But
Yeah.
I think you should watch it just for that scene.
Send me a link.
All right.
I'll definitely give it a look.
What's going on with your
You-
acting
I mean,
career,
if-
Pat?
If you were ever wondering what Viggo Mortensen's butthole looks like,
No, we were not.
this
Stan, yes, you were.
Maybe you, Dennis. We already talked about.
Stan, don't.
We already talked about how you grew up wrestling and your wrestling background and how it gave you, your tendencies and whatnot.
What percentage gay would you say you are, Pat? I'm like a quarter.
Oh, really? I was
Or a third. We had on.
You're up to a third.
I mean, well, maybe I'm going the opposite.
Remember,
Maybe I'm getting less now that I'm done fighting.
I know you're touching guys a lot less lately.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Remember my buddy James Powers?
Yep.
We used to have this conversation all the time. And I'd be like, bro, I hate to tell you this, but you're 51% right now. Like you're pushing me a little hard right now, dude. Come on, you got to back that percentage down. But and he'd be like, whatever, dude. You're 51%.
Yeah.
Like, all right, dude. I'm like, nah, dude. I think I used to say I was 15 and he was 51.
Nice comeback, Pat.
Yeah.
Man, remember that time on Halloween? Did me and you spend 2 Halloweens together or just one?
I don't know, but we did like a real impromptu, like let's throw some costumes together and go to like a weird party.
We did 2 Halloweens together because the one Halloween I was a boxer. We threw together like Doc had our manager had the cape that King Mo used to.
Oh yeah.
or the robe that King Mo used to wear out to his fights. And then, as a fighter, I had gloves already, I had a mouthpiece, and I had wrestling shoes, and I just put higher socks on.
Yeah.
What were you that year?
I think I was like a weird mixture between like a butterfly and,
you had on like freaking
had,
leopard print pants or something like that?
A 235-pound butterfly.
Yeah, like his daughter's like little butterfly wings or fairy wings or whatever, and I was just like, I forget what I said I was to people, but it was something clever.
And then the next year, or maybe it was 2 years later, you were Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh,
that's great.
And I was a bullfighter, a Spanish bullfighter.
Oh yeah, you you rented your costume. And went hard.
Yeah, I went hard.
I think I've seen a photo of that,
Yeah.
of you as the bullfighter. Yeah, you had like a legit bullfighter costume. But man, Sergeant Slaughter though, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's like something.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a Sergeant Slaughter.
Because he kind of looks like
Have
him.
you? You seen one? I don't think I've ever seen a Sergeant Slaughter.
Well, I mean, Pat was the most official Sergeant Slaughter there could have been. I think he had his mustache on point. He had
aviators, like a whistle.
I've seen a Hulk Hogan. I've seen an Ultimate Warrior. I've been Macho Man. I've seen other Macho Mans. I've never seen a Sergeant Slaughter.
I've actually been a Hulk Hogan once.
Yeah.
He's the unsung hero of Halloween. Let me tell you.
Who? Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant Slaughter, man.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like that's like an undone costume, but like a gem. Was that your idea, Pat?
I don't even know. I barely remember even doing it.
I just reminded him.
You remember you were Sergeant Slaughter? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Did you do anything this past Halloween?
You see me fight, man. I get hit in the head way too much.
Yeah.
No, dude. I forget. Oh, I was fighting. I was fighting like that Halloween weekend.
Oh. I haven't done anything for Halloween in like 2 years. I need to step my shit up.
You don't do nothing with your kids?
Well, I threw some face paint on, took one of their Nerf guns, and we went. I went trick or treating with them, but I don't. Yeah, I guess that counts.
You were like the army guy, right?
All right, very well. I'll back out.
Right, we'll give you that.
Yeah.
All right, Pat Cummins, we want you to fuck up Ed Herman.
Yeah, dude. That's the plan. That's fucking plan for sure.
What's the game plan for this one? We want you to get in there and wrestle fuck this dude.
Yeah. I feel like that's always the answer.
Is there a wrestling room for you to get into?
Like legit wrestlers, like college wrestlers.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Is there really any? Is there even a wrestling?
I'll tell you what, dude. If I did that, it would like knock me out for the whole week.
Yeah.
So it would make me so tired, and so like I can't believe I used to do that. Like every single day, twice a day. It's insane. Yeah. But that was good.
Are there even any colleges in Vegas? Well, the best you can get is probably a room of professional MMA fighters that train wrestling, right?
Yeah, that's the best you're gonna do. I mean, there's no
real programs out there.
I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, it's also NCAA's are tomorrow, so
Yeah.
Do you watch them?
it's a bad time of year. Yeah, of course.
Well, I have to ask. Would do you like? You went to Penn State, right?
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, I went to Penn State,
Dude,
but
no one can.
I like to cheer for Lehigh because like I don't
Yeah.
want like Penn State. Of course, they're gonna win.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, I coached at Lehigh for a while, and I like those guys. They're good dudes.
But obviously, you still root for Penn State, though, too.
No,
No?
I mean, not really.
Yeah.
I'm not what you would call a sports fan by any means.
Yeah.
Like, you guys watch football? Do you guys watch football? You have a football team you like to follow?
I don't even know who the Patriots played this year. I just know they won.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like being a Nittany Lions, a Penn State wrestling fan is like, I like Tom Brady. Like, oh, of course you do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause he
right.
wins,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, why you
Yeah,
feel like
I
that's what
agree.
Penn State fans are like?
Well, Penn State is they're phenomenal right now.
Dude, you
yeah.
want to know a crazy story? I
Yeah.
went back to Penn State. I think it was last year, maybe the year before. I can't remember. But I went for a dual meet. Like all my buddies were like, dude, we're all getting together. Like, you should get. And I just happened to be in Pennsylvania, so I was like, all right, I'll come. And maybe like once or twice a year, we would wrestle at the Bryce Jordan Center, which is like that's where they play basketball. They have concerts. It's like it holds like 16,000 people, and they would let us do a dual meet in there once a year, and we get like 1,000 people in there, and they'd be like curtaining off all the other areas to try to make it look like there was more people there, but it just looked pathetic, and like that's what I remember, like that's how I remember college wrestling. Dude, I went to this match, it was sold out. It was the highest attended wrestling match of all time in like across the country. There was 16,000 people there, and it was like a zoo. I've never seen there's cardboard cutouts of like the wrestlers in the that little concourse area, and people are standing there taking pictures with them, and I was like, where am I right now? Like, how did I miss out on this?
I know
this amazing. Like it would have been so crazy.
They're rock stars now.
Why
They're
wrestling really
such
blew up?
rock stars. Like,
Well-
those guys have more followers on Instagram than I do.
Like for like Penn State is. I was talking to someone, I forget when, but the whole season of Penn State home matches is already sold out.
Yeah.
The whole
yeah,
season.
Good luck. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know.
When did they become this powerhouse that they are?
Well,
Recently?
As soon as Cale Sanderson took the reins.
yeah.
And no, he didn't
That was
wrestle
what,
there, right? Where he
6 years
wrestled?
ago?
Iowa
He
State.
was at Iowa State, yeah.
Yeah. So what? Once he took the reins, all the wrestling fans really jumped on the bandwagon, if you could say.
Well, they won NCAA's like right out of the gate. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, we got to go watch the wrestling team. They're the best.
Yeah, well, you hire a really good coach, and that's bound to happen, right?
Yeah, dude.
All right, well, Pat Cummins, if you want, come back on before this fight. We'll do another episode of Mustache and the Man, or maybe we'll get you on after you beat Ed Herman.
Yeah, and we'll shave Dennis's stupid beard. Give him a mustache.
No, he's going to go home tonight and shave it.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Me either.
Yeah, I don't believe it either. All right.
Dude, you should do a real creepy like pencil thin, like just, you know what I mean? Just do it. You get that Puerto Rican blood. You can pull that off.
Yeah.
Oh, you want him to do like the real thin pencil goatee and the mustache?
Well, if I ever get in the bullfighting suit again,
Yeah.
that'd be the move. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. You know what? We should plan on doing Halloween together this year.
All right. I like it.
All right. Well,
We'll do it all over again.
Where would you do it, on the West Coast or the East Coast?
Ooh.
I feel like I gotta go to him with the kids. We gotta take the kids out.
Right. Good old kitties.
Yeah. I don't have
Oh yeah, that's what it is too, Dennis. You guys got to plan it where Dennis's kids are part of your costume.
Wow.
Ooh. Yeah.
So whatever you guys.
Have you ever seen those kids, like those dads that make like the awesome, like a tank for their kid in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
Or like, we need to do something like that. We need to like go real hard.
Yeah.
I'll build you
I
guys
don't
whatever
know
you want.
what we-
Whatever
Oh,
you need.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing you didn't know about Stan, Pat, is that Stan is a carpenter. He's a very handyman. You're actually.
I was going to say,
hang
one
on.
thing you probably should know about Pat, because you're his friend, is Pat's a carpenter, very handy as well.
No, I do know this about Pat.
Yeah.
Don't fucking tell
Yeah.
me what I do and don't know about Pat.
I'm just making sure.
You better watch your damn mouth with me.
Yeah, dude, watch it. Watch it.
Don't tell me what I do and don't know about Pat Cummins, okay?
What kind tell me
I've
the
seen him
setup
naked.
You got a setup in your garage, or how do you do it?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I got it set up in the garage. I got a little wood shop. And then I pretty much,
Ooh.
I do anything, Pat.
He's kind of an on-site
Really?
guy, though, yeah.
I'm like MacGyver.
Dude, I love that.
I would fuck MacGyver up, too, in a fight, I think, too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you just like make stuff for fun, or is it all pretty much like
Nah, he's
Oh,
a money-oriented man.
No, a little bit of
Yeah,
both.
this
I'll
guy-
do I do some things for passion, you know? I take pride in
Yeah.
my work. Yeah, I do some things for passion.
all right?
You know how
I've
it is.
I've
You know
been-
how it is to be a woodworker and a craftsman, Pat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It takes a different kind of guy.
Not me, said the cat.
I'm actually doing some work
Yeah.
right now for Dennis. We're building up Dennis's man cave so that way he can get back into
It's
working
the
out.
Menace cave.
Oh. So you're gonna those little balls of yours are gonna drop finally.
Yeah, the Menace cave. We're adding some square footage for Dennis so we can add another machine or two. Get those bicep
dope.
curls in.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. You got it. You know what? You got to be like my older brother, and the only piece of weight equipment you own is a gigantic neck machine, like a hammer strength neck machine. It takes up the entire garage.
And that's all he works out is his neck.
Yeah, that's it.
Your oldest brother, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Gosh.
So he's probably jacked and he's probably got a good what's the when people can't pull his head down. The way we were talking yesterday, how Bryce used to
Yeah,
pull your
he
head
looks-
down.
You
He
can't
looks
you
like-
can't head snap him.
Yeah, you can't club him.
Nah, he looks like a king cobra.
He doesn't have a mustache, right?
Nah.
A little scruff.
Yeah, he's just he's doing that whole teacher life. I feel like, yeah, man, it might be a little creepy. He's like a gym teacher. You can't have a creepy mustache when you're a gym teacher.
Yeah, you definitely can't have a
It's like
mustache.
watch it. Like make sure you shower, kids.
With his high shorts.
Take those undies off. Get in there.
Hit the showers. James, get in there. Go on.
All right, so Pat Cummins, what do we got for a date? Is that April or May 18th?
May 18th.
All right,
That's it.
May 18th. Let's get her done against Ed Herman.
Yeah, up on the East Coast again.
Yeah, me and Dennis are definitely going to make the trip out.
All right.
98% sure we're going to make that trip to
fully-
Rochester.
I fully
Rochester's
expect-
a little far, right?
Yeah, how
we
far
got-
is that? Was that like 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
hike. It's
It is
worth
a hike.
it's worth it though for Pat. We'll come out and see Pat Cummins.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We
Yeah.
should see if there's any Korean spas out there as well.
Yeah,
Ooh.
there's definitely some. It's New York.
Yeah, we'll do a naked
Menace man
Menace-
mustache.
Menace man mustache Korean spa weight cut
Ooh,
session.
there
Wow.
Ooh.
That'll be like episode 37. That'll be fire.
Yeah. Maybe I'll bring your hypoxico tent with me.
All right. Shake it
Nah,
up.
you keep that, Pat. It was a gift. It was a
Yeah,
gift
that's
from Dennis,
it. I earned it.
You did.
All right, Pat Durkin's coming. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.
Anytime, guys.
Bye, Pat. I'm gonna miss you.
Dennis, I miss you every day and night. Mostly at night.
All right.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, Pat.
Bye,
All right,
buddy.
guys. Later.
I like Pat.
Yeah, he's a good egg.
He's a character.
So one of my good buds for sure.
Bro, that's too funny though. What we gotta like brainstorm that. What you and Pat and your two kids could be for Halloween.
All right.
You can come up with some funny shit there.
You know what? Let's have
The fans.
the
come up with it.
fans, in the comments, and what could me, Pat, Maddox, and Bryson be for
And
Halloween?
and I could build anything.
And we have time. We have time.
There is no limit to what we're gonna go for. All right, so we'll try Robert Whittaker in a moment. We'll close the show out with the middleweight champion. Hopefully. So what happened? So, well, the pacemaker, hopefully, like we said, Ben Askren's dad, hopefully quick recovery and hopefully good health. Dana White, huge bombshells, steroid failing, and all that type of shit. Hopefully nothing goes on in Robert Whittaker's world right now. And we're able to get him on in a few minutes. So now what's your story with Robert Whittaker? You and him have met before, right?
Yeah, we did an appearance at a UFC event in Bisbing. And I think...
Oh, so they flew you to Australia.
Yeah.
What was that flight like?
It wasn't too bad. I flew from...
Well, what is it time-wise?
It's a full day.
It's a full day flight.
Well, the thing is first UFC sent me to Singapore, and I was there for like 2 days doing some UFC stuff. I was on Men's Health magazine, Asia, and I did some interviews with I think ESPN over there in Asia. And then from Singapore, I went to Australia. So it wasn't as bad as it would have been if I went from the States.
It was broken up a little bit. It wasn't that one direct.
Yeah. But Australia was very cool.
I'm sure.
So we did...
Nice, right? It's not like cold.
Yeah. Very, very clean. The weather's nice.
Summery.
Yeah.
You would know more than me and Dennis. Is Australia nice year round? Do they get snow?
I have no idea.
No, I thought Joe would know. He's a teacher.
We'll have to ask.
We'll have to ask Robert Whittaker.
Yeah. But I was there with Misha Tate and Robert Whittaker. Misha Tate was the champion at the time.
Let's give him a try and see what happens.
Is that WhatsApp?
I figured try with the WhatsApp. Because if you do it with your phone, it's fucking mad money to call Australia.
Yeah, but you got it.
Hello.
Robert Whittaker.
G'day, mate. How are you?
What's going on, Rob? How are you? Stan the Man here. Welcome to Menace and the Man.
Thanks for having me, mate.
What's up, Robbie?
Not much. Just cruising.
Cruising. I like that, man.
Myself and Dennis the Men's Bermudas. You know Dennis, right?
Yeah. I met him a bunch of times.
We hung out in Bisbing. I was just talking about that.
Yeah.
That was a great time.
It's been a while.
It has been a minute.
Yeah, so how you feeling, Robert? How's the whole recovery coming from that surgery?
No, it's good. It's good. You know, I'm just slowly getting back into training now. This is more of like a rehab week, just trying to get my body strong. But no, I'm good. You know, I'm just thankful that I get to walk away from it and didn't do any permanent damage.
Oh, absolutely. Thank God nothing serious. More serious happened with that whole thing. Could have been really bad.
Yeah, exactly. Like when the doctor came to me and said, if you didn't get surgery in like the next 3 hours, you could have died. I was like, oh, I guess I dodged a bullet then. But
Yeah.
it's very hard to appreciate at the time because I don't know. It's a funny thing the way it happened. You know, there was no like my life flashed before my eyes, or it wasn't anything sudden and impactful. It was just like it was weird.
Just a really bad cramp, huh?
Yeah, it was like the worst stitch of my life.
Yeah.
So now what are you doing? Are you back up moving around? Are you able to start training yet? Or what's the recovery like?
Yeah, so I'm moving around, like in a sense that this is like a rehab week, so I'm starting to move around again. Obviously, I'm staying away from any heavy lifts and stuff like that, but and contact work. But I'm working around now. I'm moving lightly, and I'm happy. I'm good to get back in it slowly.
But, I mean, being laid up, right? You've been on the sticks. You've been on the video games, huh?
Yeah, I've been playing probably too much.
Are you on PS4 or Xbox again?
PC, brother. PC.
Oh, PC.
Oh, PC gamer.
I do have PC, but I don't really fuck with it. What games do you play on PC?
PC. At the moment, I'm playing Elder Scrolls Online. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's like a different pace. It's just cruisy. You know, you go around, smash dragons. It's fun.
Yeah,
in that sense. But yeah, sorry to go.
I saw you put up a post on Instagram that you were going to be streaming. What's your streamer name on Twitch?
I think it's Rob Whittaker MMA, same as like my Instagram.
Nice. All right, man. Because I bought one game for PC. I think it's What's the game where you kind of build a little base, and then they're building a little base, and you get resources and stuff like that, and you like build a little army, and then you go.
StarCraft?
Yes, I got StarCraft 2.
Yes.
I bought it, downloaded it.
That's hard.
Haven't played it one time.
Yeah, playing competitively in that game, it's so hard. So hard.
So what I'm looking to do, because you have a lot of like little geniuses come into your stream, right? And they give you advice and they kind of help you out, right? They help you with your Twitch and the whole nine. It's what I was thinking is about, firing that game up and just being like, who's nasty this game? Because I need a partner, and just have someone like just pretty much have me on their back,
Yeah.
to victory.
100%. That's my that's how my approach to like competitive gaming is, just try to find some like ex-pro players
Right.
to team up with and just get carried bad.
Right. And they love it. They're like, I'm playing with freaking Robert Whittaker. How cool is this? So just a heads up. If you're ever playing with me, there will be no me carrying. Okay? Just a little. Did you ever get into Fortnite or anything like that?
I got into Apex.
Okay.
I don't know if you played that one.
I played
It's
it
like
actually the other day, and I think I played 3 games, and I got 0 kills.
Yeah, I played Fortnite, but I can't build anything. I just I hate building so much.
Well, man, if you're playing if you're playing Fortnite on a PC, you have to be able to build like a champion, and you have to be a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like, the guys are so good.
Yeah.
So Apex is better though. Like, I find it better. It's just no building, and you just shoot people. I get carried by my friends.
Yeah, I'm just a real like a joystick kind of controller guy. I'm not hype about moving about using like what's it, fucking W and Q and S and shit.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Now, you lay your arm horizontal, right? Or you turn your keyboard like you don't hold your hand like you would if you're typing when you were playing that, right?
No, you see, I think the pro, like really good guys do that stuff. Like, I'm nowhere near that level. I look like I'm typing a letter out.
Yeah, okay. Because the thing is, I was trying to play Fortnite one time on my PC, and I was like, man, my hand's getting so tired holding it like this,
Yeah.
And I think I got instantly like sniped out really bad. I was like, dude, fuck this.
I haven't played a PC game in like 10 years. Yeah. I play PS4, so straight PS4.
Yeah, the only thing I prefer on consoles is like fighting games.
Yeah. So what fighting games are you playing?
I don't play many fighting games, but when I do, like, I'm a big fan of like the controller Street Fighter. I'll beat anyone. Controller Street Fighter.
One thing, I don't know if this annoys you, it annoys me. I'm streaming, right? And someone's like, Dennis, you should play UFC. It's like, man, I do that in real life. I don't want to fucking do it on a virtual reality thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like, I remember playing the UFC 2, I think it was.
Yeah.
And it's so fun playing with your friends, and just I find it pretty fun. Like, nothing beats having your buddy like sitting next to you and you put a like just freeze him up. It's so good.
Right. And the UFC has had you like play at fans a few times now.
I think once or twice. Yeah.
Now going into that, you're like, man, because they always want you to be you, right?
I hate that so much.
When they're going against you, you're like, dude, I know you're fucking really good at this game. It hurts me to watch me on this game, get my ass kicked. Like, fuck you.
But you know what was worse is like when they got me to play it against my fans. It was like when I was ranked like 20 or something. So my stats were in the 70s.
Right.
Oh no.
I was just like a trash character. I'm the dude you beat on the way up. I was like, oh my god.
I guess I always get like tweeted like, Dennis can't get fucking past your guy. Like, what? No matter what I do, you beat him. Like, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
UFC did something right. UFC did something right
thank
there.
you. Even though my stats are kind of shitty too, like he was saying. I guess they can't stop my takedowns or something like that.
Ooh, they got Robert Whittaker. Now your stats are good. I fuck people up with Robert Whittaker in the game.
Oh, you play it?
Oh, I play UFC 3 all the time, yeah.
Oh.
I have 3 games that I rotate.
Apparently, I have a.
I play Fortnite, Call of Duty, and UFC. That's it.
Yeah, apparently I have like a strange uppercut or something like that. A friend of mine told me.
Even they made you realistic in that they made your left hook vicious. So if you land the left hook, it fucks people up. It takes away a lot of their power. So you land 2 or 3 left hooks and it's on.
But I mean, the very little I've played UFC, it's kind of like if you use strategy like you do in a fight, like step in, punch, move back, so the guy can't hit you. It like works pretty good.
Yeah,
it's
kind of realistic. You can't button mash.
Yeah,
like you almost have to fight strategic.
Yeah, and I don't like that. I like the button mash.
Button mashing is the way.
Yeah, I've been playing Smash Bros lately. I bought a Switch about a month ago, and that's the way you play that game. You just button smash. Yeah.
Well, your kids play that.
Dude, I'm so good at Smash.
Really?
Yeah, there was like a period where I literally only had a Wii, and that one game, and I just fucking played it non-stop.
Now, on the Wii, did you have to unlock a ton of characters? Because on the Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch, there's 170-something characters that you have to try to unlock. Yeah. And they only give you, like, I don't know, 12 or something like that. So every time, and to unlock a character, you have to back out of a game that you've been playing for, like, at least 10 minutes, and then you had to beat that character, get that character. So sometimes my kids will be playing and they'll be like, "You've reached a new foe." I'm like, "Give me the goddamn controller. I'll need you to blow this for me, son." And then you get your shit pushed in. You're like, "Fuck, man." How old are you? How old are your kids?
3, 2, and 1.
3, 2, and 1. Now, does your 3-year-old, does he dabble in the video games yet?
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
Because I've got my 3-year-old.
That was my big motivation when I wanted to have kids. Was like, I'm gonna breed these little kids that'll watch me play games and be pumped, but they have zero interest in anything.
Really? Wow. Because I've got a 3-year-old.
Yeah, I got shafted.
Yeah, I've got a 3-year-old turning 4 and a 5-year-old turning 6. So my 5-year-old's he's beat me in a few games. He beat me in Mario Kart one time, and I was actually trying. I was like, "Whoa, hold the phone, okay?" Because if this happens again, we're gonna have a problem here, son. Yeah. And then my 3-year-old just driving along the wall. I'm like, "Dude, steer the car! Like, what are you doing?" And then the 3 of us play Super Smash Bros. Together.
Oh, we lost him. We'll call him back though. His manager said that he has horrible cell phone service where he is. So he said if the phone call drops, just call him back.
Sorry, dropped out.
Yeah, no worries. Titus warned me about that. He said you had horrible cell phone service where you are. So he said just give you a call back if it drops off.
Yeah.
Australian internet, mate, not the best.
Yeah. Well, good thing we got you though when we do have you. So back to your Super Smash.
No, so like I was saying, it would be me and my 2 sons playing Super Smash Bros. And if you fall off the map, that's it. It's over. Like everybody dies.
Yep.
And my little guy I feel like he's doing it on purpose. Like he's like had enough of the game. Like, "Bryson, like if you fall off the game one more time, I'm gonna choke slam you." Me and my older son are like, "Bryson, stop falling off the map."
You gotta give him the controller.
Does he get it, or is he just loving life?
I think he's just being a little jerk. And then I take the controller from him, and he starts crying like, "No, I want to play." I'm like, "Well, then play the right way." Now,
that's great.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I do. I have 2 brothers, 1 sister.
So you and your brothers played video games growing up, no?
Yeah, me and my brothers. One of my brothers and sister, we have like a big age gap of like over 10 years.
Okay.
And but my other brother I grew up with, like we're about a year and a half apart, and we used to play every game growing up together. I don't know if you guys ever played like Neverwinter Nights or Baldur's Gate or anything like that.
No,
negative.
Never even heard of them. Those computer games or?
No, they're like old school PlayStation games.
Okay.
But what used to happen is like you go around as like a party and you go smash monsters and then pick up loot and like items and stuff and get stronger. And me and my brother would get into literal fist fights over loot of like he stole from me or I stole from him, and like bad fights, like family breaking sort of stuff.
Yeah, because I used to play this game with my younger brother called Street Force. Do you remember this game?
Is that like on the Sega?
There was a version on the Sega, and then they made another one. Or no, the one on the PlayStation was called Fight Force, I think. And you just you kind of went around and you beat up thugs, and you stole their handguns. You could get bats and stuff like that, and you can beat end bosses. You know, or better yet, here's this. I used to play. So you used to talk about fist fights with your older or younger brother?
Younger brother.
Younger brother. So I have a younger brother, 2.5 years younger. We'd be playing Tekken.
Yeah.
You know, Tekken 1, Tekken 2, and you know, for the most part I would win, but then he would beat me. And I would give him this look of death, like, yo, bro, let's run it back. He's like, and he would see the look, no, I'm done, I'm not playing. I'm like, Jay, fucking sit there and play the game. And then I would see him, and I'm like, and play your hardest. If I see you throwing the game, I'm gonna fuck you up. If you beat me, I'm gonna fuck you up. But play your hardest.
Being the older brother is great, right?
I felt bad for him a little bit.
Yeah. His brother still talks about those stories. Whenever I've played with his brother, like, when Dennis signs off, his brother will be like, bro, let me tell you another story. And his brother will tell me like a story of Dennis going crazy. He used to threaten me.
Do you remember when the UFC 1 came out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they released like a demo, and there was like the demo was like Chuck Liddell, Lyoto Machida, and me and my brother just hammered that demo at the time, hammered it. But he would always pick Chuck and just ice me every single time. That guy was so strong.
Well, they made Chuck like ridiculous ratings, like because he was Dana's boy. They were like, all right, you know.
Yeah.
Did you make that game? Were you in that game?
No, I was not.
Neither was I.
I think it was in the UFC when it came out.
I was on I think the Ultimate Fighter had just finished, maybe, and I had taken pictures around like before the game had come out, so I thought I was going to be in the game, and then I wasn't, but there was other guys that were on my season that were in the game. I was like, this is bullshit. Like,
I got a nickname and everything.
yeah. And then I was kind of praying that I'd be a downloadable character.
Never happened.
And they started having some downloadable characters, and I never made the cut.
Yeah.
But UFC 2, I made it.
And 3, and now we're up to 4 or the 3 right now?
No, 3 right now.
Well, you made them. You've been making them now. That probably put you in the next one, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Progress.
I went.
Progress.
Yeah, I went to Vancouver to EA Sports, and I put on the suit and everything, and was doing the movements and such. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
How they make video games over there.
Oh yeah, that's probably real cool for like a video game enthusiast to see, like what actually goes into making it, like with the fucking computer animation.
Yeah,
and shit.
I would like to. How often do you stream?
Me, I've only just kicked it off, really. Like, I did it that one time before, and hopefully I'm going to hit it off again this weekend. It's just something I've been meaning to do, but have never fully committed to it. But now I've got like a little room set up, and I'm really interested in starting kicking it off.
How many subs do you have?
I think 1. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna work it out. I don't really know how it all works yet.
Yeah, because Mighty Mouse crushes it on there.
Yeah, he's very entertaining though. I'm nowhere near as entertaining as him.
Well, I think. Hang on, I've watched some of his. You know, he's pretty good. I think I'm pretty entertained because I drink beer on set while I play, and if I don't do good, things may or may not get broken, and I yell at people. I'm more of a rager than a winner when I stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I just try to trick people into watching me play.
You gotta trick people, you said?
No, I disagree. You're the UFC champion of the world.
Yeah, you're the champion of the world, and I'd imagine you're like a superstar in Australia, right?
Yeah, not a superstar, but I get recognized a little bit.
Yeah, I'd imagine you're one of the biggest sports athletes. You're the biggest fighter in Australia, right? Who? Mark Hunt, maybe? Who's the biggest Australian fighter of all time?
Probably Mark Hunt would have to be. Maybe Wayne Parr would be up there as well.
Oh, yeah, John Wayne Parr. I forgot he was Australian.
We gotta get John Wayne Parr on the show. Love John Wayne Parr.
He's a big Menace fan.
Yeah, he's great.
He's amazing.
He's great.
He's so funny. He's so funny. Have
I
you?
guess.
But is he? Does he live close to you at all?
No, he lives in the next state, so close enough, but.
Well, now, a question I had for you, Robert. What's Australia like? Is Australia nice? Like, do you ever get cold months? Do you get, like, snow, or is it mostly like summer usually?
No, it's beautiful. We have all seasons, but it never snows where I live in Sydney. It never snows, but the summers can get hot, but not Vegas hot.
Oh, yeah, Vegas hot's ridiculous.
Yeah, Australia, like to me, Australia is the best country in the world. Like it's beautiful here.
It is nice. So we had Jess on the show, and we spoke to her about her wild animal encounters. Do you have any encounters with a dangerous animal in Australia?
Snakes,
No,
animals, things like that?
Zero. I do my best not to put myself in situations where I could encounter dangerous animals.
Got you. So you're not looking under rocks in the desert and going into the woods?
I don't like leaving my bedroom. like if I don't have to leave, I will not.
Got you.
Yeah, so Robert Whittaker's a homebody, you would say?
Definitely.
A lot of video games, right?
Yeah, when I crawled out of the cave after like my 4 weeks of no movement due to my surgery, I dead set looked homeless.
So now, I heard you say earlier you have the 3 kids, 3, 2, and 1. Now that's all. What are you just going one right after the other?
Yeah, it was just. Well, I always wanted to have like 2 kids back to back so that they could hang out with each other and play with each other. But the third one was a happy surprise.
Oh yeah. So the first 2 were the plan, and then the third one's a surprise. Are there any more coming down the line? Like, is it going to be 4, 3, 2, and 1?
No way.
Yeah.
Like 3 kids is crazy hard.
Now, what are you working with as far as boy, girl? What do you got?
2 boys and a girl, which is great.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I was very happy with that, the way it worked out.
Footy or rugby?
Play footy. Yeah, for sure.
Got it.
Well, why do you ask that, Joe?
Very popular sports in Australia. I was just curious. I'm the sound guy here, Mr. Whittaker. Pleasure to have you on.
Yeah.
Are they now the same sport, footy and rugby?
No, footy soccer, no?
No, footy is Australian football, which is basically contact cross country. So you can imagine how intense that gets.
Yeah. It's we have rugby league and then we have rugby. And rugby league is crazy. Like, it's just people running at each other.
Full speed.
Yeah, it's pretty full on. Yeah, big hits, huge hits, no padding. It's crazy.
So now, are you into any other sports other than fighting, or?
Yeah, I played rugby league growing up. I played it all the way up until about 18, and then I had to give it up for martial arts.
And that's in high schools and such? There's like a high school rugby team and everything?
Yeah. There's high school rugby league and rugby, but yeah, I just played it all growing up. Park on the weekend sort of teams.
So since we're talking about high school, or anything, one of the segments I like to talk about on the show are street fights. And I know Robert Whittaker ain't a bitch. He ain't taking shit from nobody, right? Can you tell me about a time you had to throw down in Australia and why, how it went down? Give me the rundown. What's your most memorable street fight growing up? And you can lie to me if you want.
Hypothetically, if there's any legalities to it.
Yeah.
No, it's like, I guess, I don't know. I was never really a guy that started fights. I was kind of just one of the friends of a guy who started fights. So like one of my friends would always start fights. He was like a smaller guy too, and he would always just start fights. And then we all just jump in. It's just one of those things. But I never went looking for fights per se. I do remember this one time when we were it was like a national holiday, and we were just out and about drinking as young kids do. And
What age?
We got into like this, probably 15, 16.
Okay.
Yeah, and we were trying to crash his house party, and they wouldn't let us in, and then it just blew out of proportion, like crazy. And me and this big guy got into a tough, and he went to tackle me, and at the time, like he just hit me. He just tackled me straight into this bush, but this bush was like a briar bush. It was like thorns the size, like super long thorns, and me and him, like, nothing breaks up a fight faster than landing in a briar patch.
For both of you, yeah. You
That
both
one-
right there.
Yeah, that one I remember because, like, I remember us after the fight, like, we crawled out and then we were sitting on the gutter pulling each other's thorns out.
Really?
Helping each other.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So what was this guy?
terrible.
What was your young buddy? What did he just have? Or your small buddy? He just had Napoleon syndrome, or what was his deal?
He was an aggressive drunk.
Oh, okay.
So
One of
he would just have too many drinks and then just get aggro.
Were you guys
And,
drinking beer or hard liquor?
At the time, it was beer. It was
Okay.
it's a beer you guys don't have, but it was just beer.
Okay. So you guys try to get in this house party. They say, "Hey, you weren't invited. Kick rocks."
Yeah. And then my friend throws down.
Now your younger buddy or your smaller buddy is he aggressive because he has guys like you behind him, or that he doesn't give a fuck?
No, he's aggressive 100% because he had friends behind him. He is the picture of a man.
And so they say, "Hang on, so you can't come in here," and he just started throwing down instantly, or was there a little bit of a tussle or back and forth talk?
Instant throwdown. As soon as they said
Instant
no,
brawl, yeah.
like fists were flying.
I love
I
that.
don't think he wanted to get into the party, to be honest.
And then you were trying to break things up, and then this guy tries to spear you.
Yeah, no, there wasn't really much to break up then. Like once hands started flying, it was just kind of everyone just jumped in, and as I was running in, I got like this big dude spear tackled me from the side, and then we went into the bush.
Did you get any shots off on anybody?
0 shots. No strikes landed.
Yikes. Is there any chance that big guy is like, "Hey, I spear tackled that champion into a briar patch"?
100%. Every party he goes to, he's telling people.
It's like Robert Whittaker tackled him into a bush once. No big deal.
No big deal.
No big
Yeah.
deal.
Heard him cry.
I love it. But you and because what's the age difference between you and your younger brother again?
2 years, like 1.5.
So you guys probably knuckled up all the time against, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like my brother was smarter because I was always the bigger guy. You know, I took all the like size genes, so I was the bigger guy, and he was crafty. He was crafty. Like I'd bully him and pick on him until he reached a point where he would just dog chop me from behind and then run away.
Oh. Okay. Can you give me a brutal fight between you and your brother?
Yeah, I was picking on him at a park once, and I think I pushed him too far, and then I turned around to walk away, and he hooked me with everything, every fiber of his 12-year-old body could muster, and he planted it right on my chin, and like those flash knockdowns where you come to on a knee when you're taking a knee.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck did I get here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look up and then I look left. Like I put all the pieces together and I look left and my brother was about 200 meters down the field, like hitting legs like you would not believe.
Now, do you remember what you were saying to him or why you were picking on him, or just you were just being a big brother and he just broke?
Yeah, I was just an asshole.
I never had a brother, but I've heard the stories like Dennis and his brother fighting, and everyone that if you had a brother, you have some street fights. You've been in some fights. You fought over a Matchbox toy or something, a video game controller or something. Fight to the death over something. Yeah.
It always is. It always is.
Yeah. Especially when there's love too. Like you guys love each other, but yeah, I'm trying to kill you right now over that donut. That Pop-Tart, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, the love is what makes it worse.
Yeah, the love. That's what I'm saying. The love makes it worse. Like you're fighting to the death, but it's like I fucking love you, but I'm fucking.
But I've never beat up my brother and been like, I didn't mean to do that to you. Like I meant to fucking punch you in your goddamn face, you little bastard.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the love is, I guess, where the forgiveness comes from. Even though you're happy, I'm happy I fucked you up.
Yeah. After a fist fight with my younger brother. Maybe 24 hours there was like no talking to each other.
Yeah.
But nothing more than that.
Yeah.
Best friends,
you
right?
get over it very quickly.
Yeah. You're like best friends when you're that age. That close.
It actually blows my mind when I hear siblings getting in fights and not talking and I hate my brother. Like, what?
Yeah.
How do you hate your brother?
Like we don't even talk. We don't even communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Haven't talked to him in years.
Right.
What?
That's crazy. All right, so Robert Whittaker, what's next for you? What'd they give you for a timeline for your return? Anything, or are you open-ended?
Well, I guess I'm waiting for Adesanya and Gastelum to fight now. I just wait for them. I'm just more or less healing, training, getting ready. Gonna work on some Aboriginal programs that we run here, and try to get some subscribers for my YouTube channel. And
Woo.
Just stay ready. I'm gonna have to fight the winner of that, and we'll see what happens.
What now, stylistically or visually, which one would you rather fight?
I think Adesanya is a better fight for me.
Okay.
I think stylistically, I'm a bad fight for him. I think Gastelum would be the harder fight for me, like who I am, like me as a person. Not the easier fight of the two, just a better suited fight for a worse suited fight for me because he's a keg of a person. Like he looks like a little small bar fridge.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like fun to punch and kick that much.
Yeah. And then how do you see that fight playing out between those two?
Man, it depends. Like I think Gastelum can put one on him. Like he's got the pop. He knows. He trains with Uriah Hall. Like I think he might be able to get in and put that left on him. But we'll see if Adesanya definitely has the skill set to keep him off him. But can he? We'll see.
Yeah, because it's going to be a 5-round fight. So between the two of them, I would imagine Gastelum has the better gas tank.
Yeah, I would think so.
You would think so.
We've never seen Adesanya get tired, but then again, Kelvin's like the Energizer Bunny, it seems.
Yeah. I think the key for Gastelum to win this fight is not because I would imagine this fight is going to be a stand-up fight between the two of them, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Although Kelvin can wrestle.
Yeah.
But I think he's had a lot of success with his striking, so I think it stays standing up. But I think if he mixes in the wrestling against Adesanya, that would,
Be the
secure a
difference
win.
maker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the trick with Adesanya is not trying to just wrestle him. It's just
Mix it
especially
up.
if you gas him, just creep. Yeah, if you gas him, you just creep in. Like he's got enough power. He knows how to get in on those guys, and he's quicker than he looks.
Yeah. And when you get in there, you're just like, let's play punch face. I'm going to knock you out, right? Or are you thinking, let me take this guy down or grind him out? You're looking to sleep a dude, right?
Yeah.
You.
More or less. Yeah. I know I have the speed and the pop to knock people out. And I just try to do that. The whole time I'm in there. That's what I just aim for.
Because I like when people make fighting more complex than it is. What are you gonna do? Like, I'm going to hit him with one of these 4 limbs and sleep him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hurt him
and
more than he hurts me. Yeah.
And if he doesn't stop, I'm gonna keep hitting him.
But I'm not as strong as you, so I always had to try and take dudes down and beat them up on the ground.
Yeah. All right, Robert.
That's a lie. You're a unit.
All right, Robert Whittaker, we want to thank you for joining us here on Menace and the Man. We'd like to get you back on once you heal up, you get your next fight booked, or maybe we can cut you on before this next middleweight fight. We'll get a little bit more of a preview on and whatnot.
Yes, please. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
And if you want to fucking play video games, you let me know. Me and you will link up.
I will. I'll shoot you a message.
Yeah, let's get you on
right.
PS4 though. I get a PS4.
What? Hang on. You have a PC, and that's it? Do you have an Xbox or PlayStation 4?
I do have a PS4, but I don't want to set it up.
We'll have some fun, Rob. We'll have some fun. I can
We'll play
build.
Fortnite.
I can build on Fortnite. I can build, my man. I'll carry us.
Dude.
It's cross-platform. We can cross it over. It's good.
Yeah, but you're getting me fucking sniped by a goddamn PC loser from a mile away.
Yeah, you're gonna cross platform us and get us mauled.
Now, hang on.
Think of it like a training camp.
Yeah, all right. In contrary, I have done cross-platform and won while playing with PC people.
Yeah, it's possible, but it's tough.
Yeah.
The PC people are fucking good.
Yeah.
I play with all my friends, and we play all night, and then the next day they go back to PS4 and they just crush people.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. All right, so Robert Whittaker from the other side of the world, calling us from the future in Australia. It's actually the day ahead. It's actually Thursday there. It's only Wednesday here, so we appreciate you.
Thursday morning.
We appreciate you for finally
Have a
coming on
good
the
one,
show,
guys.
and don't be a stranger, Rob.
Thank you very much. I'll see you guys soon.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Robert Whittaker.
You got your dream come true.
My dream come true.
Yeah.
I'm fucking trying to produce content for our hit show.
You've been trying to get him for some time.
I've been trying to get him for a minute, bro. But you see what we were dealing with. It's the other side of the fucking world.
Tell you what, on the way in here, I was feeling a little tired.
I was shot. I fell asleep.
Yeah,
on the
I
car
saw
right
you
here.
fell asleep as I was driving. And I was driving like a race car driver.
So, episode 21.
21.
Legal.
So now, we were going to start this show with Dennis doing his push-ups, me punching him and kicking him, but maybe we'll start the next episode. with
Yeah,
that.
I was going to say, like, we could do it right now, but I
Nah,
want to go home and shut it down. But if I'm, like, a little sore, I'm like, fuck Stan, I'll fucking kill him.
I don't want Dennis hating me. Tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
But again, let's one more before we get out of here. If everyone can please do us a favor and go check out some of our sponsors. Today we went and got some really nice suits from SRG Fashions. Reno and Gio over there. They hooked us up with some really nice suits. We're gonna send Joe in there one day to get a new suit.
Where are they located, man?
Astoria. I don't know the exact address, but look them up.
You can check them out on Google, I'm sure.
SRG Fashions, Reno and Gio. We'll be posting about them. And also our boy Joe Romeo. If you guys are in trying to sell a house, trying to buy a house anywhere in New York, hit up our boy Joe Romeo. And, yeah. We're doing big things here at Menace and the Man. We're going to be doing June 1st, the New York Fight Exchange. It was just announced that me and Dennis are going to be the commentary team. No big deal. We're going to bring Joe there as well. We'll get Joe into those fights.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we got you, Joe.
We moving up.
Yeah.
And at the next NYFE, Dennis might fight a fan. Might do a bunch of shit, Grapple the ring card girl. We're going to do a whole bunch of shit.
Make out with Stan's mom.
My mom's good looking, bro. You'd be into my mom. All my friends growing up were always into my mom.
Yeah, I like that.
But you stand no chance, like I told you, bro. My dad's got those fucking... She don't want none with that.
Again, it's how you rock it, dude.
Yes and no.
I'm a professional athlete.
Yeah, my mom don't care about that. My mom thinks you're probably a drug addict crazy person. That's all she thinks every fighter is.
Yeah. Hang on. If she spoke with me for 5 minutes, she'd be like, this is a nice young man.
Nice little Puerto Rican boy. Are you here to cut my grass? And then you'd be like, no. And then she'd be like, oh, you're Stanley's friend. Yeah. You're Stanley's friend. But, all right, we also want to thank the law offices of Michael Postiglione, our boy Mike that we were getting our suits fitted with today. Also our boy Frank at Home Interiors by Anthony Giaramita. And we'll end it there. New York Fight Exchange is coming June 1st. Menace and the Man, episode 21. Hitting what you send off.
Welp. See you later.